Ahoy, wonders, and welcome back to the table. I'm rocking merch because it's my job to shill because it's that season.
Woo!
Speaking of that season, the season of giving, we were given a gift and told to open it specifically at the table.
Spectacular.
At the table, that's where we are right now.
It's called the Grammy box.
Let's see what's
Oh my.
inside.
What is inside the Grammy box? Zito, it was addressed to you, so I'll pass the letter this way
Oh, Lord.
while I unpack it for the camera.
Hey, Zito. I wanted to make you something to thank you for creating one of my favorite characters, Grammy.
Just gonna keep looking at Zito until the
Inside, you will find a portrait I painted of how I see Grammy, along with a miniature I painted of her.
We all see her at night at the foot of our bed.
No Grammy box would be complete without a secret ingredient, so I included the game Bean Boozled.
Oh.
Who will pass their con save? The dice can't save you guys this time. Thank you again for making such an enticing world and wonderful characters we all know and love. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you very much. Keep up the good work, Zito. You too, Wonder. Sincerely, Laura K. Benson.
Well, here you are, Zito. I'll pass this your way as I've been showing it to the camera.
This is also telling me that I have to read this later. I don't know what constitutes as later, though.
Later's probably off stream.
I would
That's-
assume. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's
also,
I love her
man.
face.
Then we got some bean boozle for secret ingredients. Also,
Probably-
what's
The miniature.
Yeah,
Probably
probably
the
the
mini.
miniature. Yeah.
this is really well painted. Like, holy shit.
That looks great.
This
on
Bean
canvas and
Boozled.
everything.
I think this is going up next to my computer in my office.
I like it.
I tell you what, the faces that the people on this box are making are not making me eager to play this game. I don't know. It's weird.
No, it's,
Unfortunately, I
secret
have
ingredient.
played that game.
it's all about gross
It's not fun.
beans.
Oh, word.
Ooh.
All
Let's see if
about
we can-
them
Let's see if we can get
beans.
this to
I
work.
don't know if,
Yeah.
your camera will probably work better for it because it's actually kind of
Wow,
close
that
to
is
you,
really
but
cool, though.
Oh,
It's real.
my
It's real
Lord.
small. We'll have to get like a nice big picture of it.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Hold
this
on.
camera
it's
over
that
here.
one. That's
Yeah.
the
Straight
camera.
ahead one.
Yeah, we'll have to do it later.
We're gonna have to show this off later, but holy
It's too
shit.
small for the intricate details to be seen by the camera.
Let me tell you this: there is love and detail.
It's got her golden hand and everything. It's
Yeah.
great.
The golden hand. It's got like the Warhammer like dust floor shit that you put on a lot of the minis. And holy crap, this thing is glossy as all get out. This woman is completely moist 100% of the time. Yes, you heard me.
Okay.
Secret ingredient. Gotta think about them beans. Get boozled.
Nope. All right. Yep.
I'm here in your spirit. I'm with him.
I'm sorry, I didn't summon her
You'll
this time, I
let
swear.
If I chopped off your other arm, I'd make some good stew.
I ain't saying shit.
Let's just see how long this can go on.
Yes.
Gonna try and vamp as Grammy. We'll let you.
Oh no, Vampire Grammy. That's the scariest thing I ever heard.
Oh, jeez.
Now available on sharkrobot.com.
Thank you very much. Those were really, really,
No, those
really
are great.
good.
Those are awesome.
Like I said, that painting is going right up on my wall. And I'll put this right here to read for later.
Hang it on me wall. So where are we, Zito?
Well, last we left our heroes, they found themselves in the company of Oso, one of the king's advisors, or one of the prince's advisors, where
Soon to be king.
soon to be king. Well, no, you
Well,
know.
Wait, no, yeah. I guess,
Soon-
I guess, yeah.
soon to be prince forever.
Soon to remain prince as his baby.
Yeah. Soon to
sibling
remain
establishes.
prince. However, you did find the soon to be king's bodyguard waiting for you at the tavern, as Oso had claimed to you all that there's some weird magic MacGuffinry happening. They're not sure if it's the interference from all the mist that's rolling in or if it's from something else. But apparently, a lot of the portals that lead up to the palace are not working. However, our friend here, Keldamov, had found out that there might still be a functioning portal somewhere in the Darkwood, which is the very tip of the mountain that you guys are the very tip of the mountain that the Acropolis was built upon. You're at the very tip of it. It is the last remnants of the base of the Earth itself before you go up higher into the sky.
And it also just so happens to be the place that we believe the vampires are.
Yep. Well, there has been some hustle and bustle that there might be some shady characters living out in the middle of the Darkwood because, you know, they're kind of blocked from the sun, so that would be a prime place for them to hide and do their little ploys and plots.
That is, in fact, quite shady, what with it being blocked from the sun.
Luckily, a few of your companions were actually able to make it through the portal, but not so lucky to make it all the way up to the top, like you guys did. That would be Charlotte and would be Jillian. They are with you on this little quest of yours as well. And you guys have been given a few hours of rest, though I'm going to claim it as that you've gotten a full heal out of all of this, so everything's up to code.
Great.
Ah, good.
Because you're going to need as much energy as you possibly can before you get going. So to MacGuffin this,
Not going to read into that too much.
No, I'm going to MacGuffin this and say that Oso gave you guys a bit of a blessing. And that blessing pretty much rejuvenated you. That's how powerful Turtle Boy is.
Thank you, Turtle Boy.
What he lacks in memory, he retains in celestial power.
Yes, because unfortunately, as we've discovered just at the end of last session, that Oso, the longer he is taken away from the prince that he's supposed to advise, the more his memory starts to fade away. So there's some kind of magical MacGuffinry going on with his mind that only being around a celestial will fix. We are awakening to you guys getting up from having a full course meal, getting you some drinks, and you guys are pretty much now still sitting at the tavern. You, Kaldemov, have just been told that there actually is a portal still in the middle of the Darkwood. You know that there's a way to get to it, but there are so many fey creatures, and with the mist rolling around, that could make traveling through the Darkwood even more dangerous.
One sec. Lots of
Dagon just has his Dagon just has his
relines.
feet up on a chair, just like leaning back, just sleeping.
You have not heard Chick this entire time. He has not spoken to you.
And that is why I'm sleeping so soundly.
For once.
All right. With that, you guys have a little bit of like freedom to walk around in town. I actually will say that if you do want to purchase anything or walk around in town, we are going to have to open up the map. But if there's anything you want to do in the tavern, you have all the other characters that you've seen before at your disposal. So that means Calliope and Oso are there. A couple of the Sun Guard are around if you want to ask them questions. The tavern owner, which, by the way, this tavern you're sitting in kind of doubles also as a church. So if you need any healing supplies or anything, or something you feel that might be beneficial being in a place that's filled with celestial creatures, something to assist you in your quest might be useful.
Ezra's first order of business would be if Calliope is around, he's gonna just try and catch up with her. Just see like, hey, you know what's happened since we've kind of left you in the care of the calls? Is everything okay? Are they treating you okay? Is this, you know, I hope.
Well, they made me an advisor to some of the archipelagos.
Oh, well, how's that been? Have you been able to see some fascinating places or meet new people or learn about the world you've kind of been sequestered from, what with the whole Wendigo incident?
Are you kidding me? It's great. I haven't had this much freedom for, like, I don't know, most of my childhood, and now I'm getting all this, and I'm starting to see the appeal of wanting to be an adventurer, but I don't feel that's kind of my thing. I do like being able to go around and just talk to all these other races. There are more fawn out there. I've just never seen them before, or I've never seen there are Tritons and a few merfolk around the archipelago. There's a few elves around the archipelago. We're building up so many trade routes that Ebercall's starting to have its reaches out far more than it used to when it comes to the Mortal Ring, anyway.
Oh wow! It sounds like you're doing a great job. Nice. I'm glad we can help you find this new career path, and it seems like you're excelling at it.
Is dating hard? You know, just being you know, not many other fawns around, or how's that working out for you?
I've been engrossed in my work. I kind of haven't had time to think about that.
A lifetime original story.
Eloy tucks that bit of knowledge away for the next time he sees Wake. Not seeing anybody.
She's pretty much been kept busy. She's kind of, like, most of the time she spent in the Acropolis, she's been catching up on a lot of affairs when it comes to, like, Celestials. She's learning that there were 4 kingdoms originally, and now there's only, like, the one that she knows about anyway. Though from what you two have told her, that the Unforgotten Kingdom was another kingdom for the Celestials, and apparently a sect of them still exist out there. She doesn't know about it, but bringing this information to the Calls actually is what settled her in as an ambassador.
Ah, well, great. Well, I'm glad we could be of help, and it sounds like you've been doing a great deal of good for these guys. So I'm glad everything just seems like it's working out.
Well, between you and me, they don't really get out that much.
Well, that's why we're here to keep them grounded and down to earth. Nice going, Calliope.
I could make a gag about the Darkwood, but
It seems like dire times.
I've tried to at least like bring some people down to earth a little bit. Try to like bring in a little, I don't know, I guess flavor and fun to this place. But she looks over at Keldamov and then looks back to you. There's a lot of folk here who are really zealous and really scary.
Hey, it's all right. You're making your impact where you can, and that's where it counts.
To be honest, I was kind of afraid that they wouldn't accept me here, considering, you know, I'm not really celestial in any way, shape, or form.
But you're familiar with the area, right? You've been up here before?
I know that everyone keeps telling me to stay away from the center because that's where most of the creatures from the base of the mountain itself, and now with this mist thing coming in, which is kind of strange. It normally comes at certain times, so most people are well equipped to know when they have to evacuate or where they need to go away, or they know the proper rituals to at least keep the Celestials at peace. But this just happened so quickly, it's just so weird. It almost feels like it was, I don't know, I get this weird feeling that something is trying to keep something else away.
Well, hopefully when we investigate in there, we can figure out what's going on and make sure your job keeps going as smoothly as it's been going. And
Well, as long as you can get the portals back up and running, my job can go completely aces.
well, then that's what we'll look for. It's been nice catching up, Calliope.
You too.
He kind of gives a polite nod and goes off.
I am though. It's kind of weird. Where is Wake, by the way?
Oh, he actually found his brother, and they've been working together and training at a monastery with Nedra.
Oh, that's so good. It's glad that he found his brother, or at least someone of his old family.
Yeah, it really kind of changed him and made him put a lot of stuff into perspective. But you know, if you ever get the time to get out to Wright, that's where he's staying, and I'm sure he'd love to see you.
That's actually somewhere where I haven't seen before. I think she like looks over to Keldamov and asks like, "Wait, do we?" She like pulls out a paper clip, little clipboard, and I was just like writing down. Do we have any trade routes that are established to Wright? Knowledge history.
All right. Brought my own dice today.
Ooh.
Fancy.
Knowledge. History. Na, na, na. Ooh. 21.
21. Wright was never something you've heard about when it comes to trade routes, but you have heard that adventurers have come to the Ring of Mortals every once in a great while. So you know that it exists, but you don't know if there's any, like, established trade with that city.
Probably one of the reasons Dagon would have ended up there.
Well, Miss Calliope, I am not really aware of any trade routes to Wright. However, we have received many visitors to the Ring of Mortals from Wright. So, who knows? It might be something we'd have to address to the king and maybe the royal family at some point after this whole escapade.
They have a bustling adventures guild, and it would probably be, I don't know, somewhat prudent to maybe establish some line of communication just to have good mercenaries for hire should you ever need them.
I like the way you think, Captain.
You just watch as Calliope's now feverishly writing shit down as this is going on.
I mean, I've got some ginger I could spare. I don't know what I'd want for it.
Just keeps writing.
I'm sorry. I thought we were talking about trading routes.
Whamp,
You
whamp,
hear
whamp.
Charlotte, you see Jillian in the back. I get it! Plant joke!
But anyways, I was wondering, Ezra pulls out a, what was it? He pulls out his crossbow and the arrows.
Everyone in the Sun Guard reaches for their weapon.
No, not like with a weapon stance, but just holding it as if. I wanted to see if I could get some luminous bolts for this thing, since we might be dealing with some vampires. And I noticed this seems kind of like a church. Do you know if anyone would be able to help me with that, Calliope? You've been around here.
Oh, She like looks to all the other guards, just like lowers her hand, and everyone's just like, "Let's go." Well, there's a few acolytes of Selima that are around here that can probably bless some of your weaponry, but it probably will come at a cost.
Well, should have figured that in this mercantile area, we'd probably be needing to spend some coin or ruby to get what we need. But
Well, to be fair, you are kind of asking for holy weaponry.
absolutely, I understand. But thanks, I'll keep that in mind.
There are, she kind of like shows you off to the side where there's a couple of fire genasi, just like they overhear that you're looking for such a thing. There's like one or two folk in the entire like church that are well equipped to do such a thing and are ordained and blessed to do so.
Excellent. That is where Ezra would head once, if anyone else is doing stuff in here.
They can bless your arrows to either be fire or holy or or radiant, but
That's what
it's
I was
for
looking for,
one
radiant.
arrow and it's 100 rupees apiece.
Whew! That is a bit
Jesus.
steep. Alright. I will get 100 rupees an arrow? Really, Father? You think it's that expensive? Are you sure you could? We're going into these Darkwoods trying to help get everything situated and put back to normal. You can't offer us like a little bit of a danger discount? With a nat 20 in
Ooh.
persuasion, I ask this.
You just watch as he just like saunters his way over and just smoozes.
100 rubies. Now, Father, this seems like a perfectly fair price for any old mercenary, but we're going into the Darkwoods trying to set your whole estate back in order. I feel like we could use a little bit of a discount here.
Well, I don't know how much radiant arrows would help you in that sense, since most of the feral celestials would come in from the mist itself. But I guess for the fire arrows, we can cut the price by fuck me 750.
So 250 for fire arrows?
No,
Fine.
for fire arrows it's 25 rupees.
Oh, 25 rupees? Okay, yeah, sorry. You know what? That sounds much more reasonable, my friend. I'll go ahead and I'll take 10.
All right, you have 10 fire arrows. So whenever you shoot this, whatever target it hits, it will do fire damage.
Cool.
Though I must ask, son, if you are going to walk into a place filled with celestials, maybe it would be wise to carry around these. He like shows off a bundle of fragrance sticks, and he tells you that if you light these on fire, they will actually make like a 30-foot radius where celestials will ignore you for at least an hour.
Super
Oh, wow.
repel.
Well, how much would a trinket like that get me? Or cost me?
That would go for 50.
You know what?
We have very finite amount of these. We have like 2 bundles of these.
I understand. I'll go ahead and take one. Hands over 50.
We kind of had to hand them out to everyone else in the city while the mist is still here. So this is all we have left.
That seems like a good idea to try and keep the people who might not be able to be as capable to protect themselves a bit more safe.
Right. And how this works is for an hour, so long as you're holding the stick, it will create a 30-foot radius where celestials will not be hostile. So it's like casting friend within a 30-foot radius for anything celestial.
And what should I call this item again? Sorry.
Just scented candle.
Okay.
Is there anything else you guys would like to do while you are here?
That's the end of what I was looking for.
Yeah, not off the top of the dome.
Me neither.
All right, well, you watch as Jillian just looks over at Dagon and like slaps his foot. Wake up, it's time to go.
All right. I'm good.
All right, gentlemen, map time.
Oh, boy.
It's time for it to be real.
We got a huge old map this time around, my dudes.
Yep.
And we also have a whole big bunch of party members. Oso tells you guys that as you exit out of the church, the gate to the north will lead you into the Darkwood. It is the last place where anyone has had any contact with anyone who is friendly. Once you step into the Darkwood, you are pretty much on your own going forward.
So no one's coming with us into Scary Town. Is essentially what we
Well,
said.
there's 7 of you going into Scary
no,
Town.
yeah. Understandable. We got
Who is NPC here in front of us?
That's Oso.
Okay, that's Oso.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of NPC tokens, so
No worries.
don't mind. Like, just let me know. Like, hey, who is this? I'll let you know.
We are in a bustling town.
If you look above you, everyone roll a perception check.
Okay.
16.
25.
Dagon
12.
is still waking up. Natural wonders.
12.
Eloy, you are looking up. You can see, like, if you look over to your left, you're actually seeing the sun and the skyline, like, coming in, and the mist is slowly rolling above you. If you look completely up to the ceiling, you're looking at probably, like, a football field's worth of distance going up until it reaches more stone and continues to go forward. Continues to go skyward. The sun is peeking through that little barrier that was around the dome of the Acropolis from when you came in. So you can still see, like, the hexagonal shape outside in the sky. And it's sort of like another layer of that, just piecing together the open space between the ceiling and the floor that you're standing on. And you can see the mist slowly rolling in, and if you look off into the distance, over to your right, just above all of the guards' towers, you can see, like, large trees just growing off into the center and going up into the ceiling. And the mist almost looks like it's rolling, and then kind of, like, siphons itself down into the forest. Like something is pulling it in.
Huh. So this mist, I guess this is just still really weird to me. Where it comes from, what it does, why it is.
Why is anything?
I mean, that's a good question too. Hey guys, you want to just think on why is anything instead of go. This place is freaking me out, Oso.
Yes, I would imagine that something of this caliber would be frightening to someone down at the surface. I apologize that you feel this way, but this is actually the Acropolis's way of defending itself.
What's it got to defend itself from?
Well, we are Celestials after all. There are those that covet our power, or we are the last of, or more so, most of the people here are the last of their kind. Certainly you've heard of the other 4 kingdoms that of Celestials.
I feel like
Let's-
I've been to one.
Let's assume for the sake of argument that I haven't. There was one under the water, yeah.
With a knowledge history roll, Ezra has a 9. Yeah, no, we know plenty.
Yeah, we know plenty. Tell him, Ezra.
I mean, there's not much to say, just that we know a lot.
Well, there were titans that waged war in the middle of the ocean, and their war caused a couple of the kingdoms of the angelic folk to actually sink into the ocean. We were the last ones standing, and as a means of protection, we summoned Celestials from Selima to guard this place.
Okay.
Stands to reason, I suppose.
So, being the last of their kind, this is like their defense against anyone out
Yeah.
there who's just like, hey, here come the Titans again. Oh, well, fuck that. Here, have a giant barrier that just blocks any bullshit to come in.
We've got a forest of weird, crazy god creatures.
Well, no, this,
Or mist, rather.
I need another history check with advantage.
Okay.
Roll to remember the Titans. Ooh, it's a natural Denzel.
God damn it.
Let's see, 19, 21.
You remember that completely differently, that this forest is not a result of the Celestials. The Celestial part is this entire building and the Acropolis itself. This is just the mountain that was here before then. So, kinda, like, just to, like, make sure that they didn't screw with anything magical when it comes to Fae, they built around the mountain, not so much on the mountain. Because who wants to really piss off some ancient Fae on their own ancient burial ground? That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
As he explains this, Dagon sort of looks over to Charles like, "Is that ringing a bell for you for that eye thing?"
Charlotte tries to recollect on that. I'm gonna roll for her. The most I got was an eye in the center of the entire tower. It didn't say anything about a forest.
Dagon shrugs. All right.
And like I've said before, to you and to Oso and to anyone else, you have no idea what anyone's talking about when it comes to that. Like, there's no... You know that they're celestial beings, but one that's all-powerful in the center of the tower, that'd be pretty fucked up to not know about. And being an elephant never forgets.
That we do not.
Oh man, does he get advantage on all of his knowledge rolls?
Someone should look up Loxodons in the wiki.
It's just that pachyderm sense.
All right, well, shall we head out, Captain? I suppose we're burning daylight.
I like the sound of that. I'd say we should head forth, look through the town to see if there's anything you guys want before we go, since it's sounded like it's kind of a one-way trip. And we'll figure things out once we get there.
I excel at one-way trips.
Is the Darkwood just a name, or should we, like, pack extra lantern oil?
It's pretty much a name. If you go deeper into it, you'll probably, like, come across shade and a huge canopy. So, not so much you would need magical light, just, when the sun sets, it's gonna get fucking dark.
Gotcha. My folk tend to be excessively literal-minded with their names. That's the only reason I ask.
Well, Oso looks at you. Well, the people called it the Darkwood because it's the last place that we know that actually has any natural shade before you head up to the palace.
Huh. I mean, I suppose that would make sense. Y'all are into fire and light and that whole deal.
All right, boys. So you have a small little bit of a market square left to go. You have a few buildings off to the side. They don't seem to be a lot of shops, though. There is one shop that's a small. There is a small general store, and there is also a small store that has what looks like a pseudo dragon hanging off a sign to the north. The one directly next to Keldamov, that is the general store one that has like a small little vendor on the front of it. The building north of that is the one with the little pseudo dragon sign.
Okay.
All the places around you. I'm sorry, Ben. I saw you were about to say something.
Just go ahead.
Because of the mist, most of the places around here have been boarded up, and the only people you see outside are mostly the Sun Guard.
Dagon's gonna go figure out exactly what this one with the pseudo dragon sign sells.
Alrighty.
Ezra will also head there because that's
All right. So you stand in front of the door. The pseudo dragon sign is just swaying in the wind. You get this weird sensation hit your nose. I need you to roll me a let's see.
Is it pie?
Roll me a perception check.
22.
17. Yeah, 17.
You immediately scrunch your nose at that, Ezra. And for Dagon, it's being no stranger to living in kind of the slums of Wright for some time. This is dog food.
It's a pet shop.
Oh, okay. I guess that explains the pseudo dragon.
Yep, as you look in the, you can see just through the small crack of, where the boarded up sign is, you can see a small iguana kind of, clawing at the window, let me out. Let me out.
Never tried iguana before.
Dagon, I don't think this is an iguana for eating. I think this is an iguana for friending.
Captain, all iguanas are iguanas for eating if you're hungry enough.
Oh, no. Ezra's gonna take a step into the store. You know what? Just to see what's inside.
All right.
Can.
You put your hand on the door.
Yeah.
And try to twist it. It's locked.
Nope. So much for getting a little bit of an extra escort on the way through the Darkwood.
Well, you kind of you didn't knock or anything.
It's a store. Figured it'd be open. Knocks on the door. Hello?
You knock on the door. You kind of like see a small gnome girl kind of just like peek her head through like one of the little shifts of wood. She like lifts it up and looks over.
You open?
You here to buy? She like kind of mouths that.
Depends on what you have. We're curious and interested in purchasing something, though.
You look at the little girl kind of like turn around and mouth off like she's trying to like summon someone else to look out the window. You watch as an elf woman kind of like peeks over and looks at you guys.
Hello. Just do a friendly wave.
Dagon just, yep. Kind of.
She's kind of like a little wary to do so, but then she notices Keldamov, who is wearing like pretty much royal guard garb. She like looks to you and like roll an insight to see if you can see that she's like asking you like, is it okay?
That is an 11.
Yeah, she doesn't really like say anything, but you can see the look on her face. She's like inquisitive and uncertain if this is okay, considering that there's so many of these weird other races and then you standing there.
Kaldemov will just nod, but move closer to the doorway.
The moment you watch as Kaldemov moves to the door, she immediately bolts and starts unlocking shit, and she opens the door.
Hey, thank you. Sorry about this. I know things are a little crazy right now. Kind of points at the mist and everything. But we're about to venture into the Darkwood, and I just wanted to see if there were any supplies in here worth us picking up before we left.
She kind of like shrinks a bit when you say that. She's just like, oh, well, I'd really rather you not stand outside. I'd rather you come inside. I don't want the mist coming in and turning any of my merchandise into feral beings.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, interesting.
Ezra takes a step inside, trying to be very, being as courteous as he can. Be like, oh, sorry, I understand. I didn't realize. I didn't even think about
Dagon's
that."
gonna walk in and start browsing around. What kind of animals do they have in this menagerie?
All right. Like I said, there was a whole bunch of iguanas in here. A bunch of pseudo-dragons. They're all over the place jumping around, just like, like in a bird sanctuary where they just fly up all over the place.
Excited to see some new creatures walking in.
Yeah, there's a few that kind of like... There's one that even is brazen enough to sit on Dagon's shoulder.
Look at that. You've already got a friend.
Oh, hello there. I scritch under its chin a little.
He kind of like nips at your finger playfully.
Oh, you'll make a great feral beast.
The woman, when you say that, she looks to you with like the biggest like, what the fuck? No.
Easy. Don't worry, my friend here. He has a bit of an intense sense of humor. Easy on the feral thing.
I'm a laugh riot, really.
You're an extinguished.
Oh, am I? Shit, when did that happen?
She returns a look over to Keldamov.
Just not.
All right, well, very well. I guess so long as everything's in order.
I will keep an eye on him.
Thank you, sir.
Don't worry, I'm not stealing. Hold my hands up as I walk through.
You said you were concerned about your creatures becoming feral due to the mist. Has that happened before? Is this a regular problem?
There has been one or a few instances of a few creatures that we've taken in from the Darkwood just instantly turning into feral things the moment the mist rolls in. And when I mean feral, I mean some of them lose they start gaining intelligence for the worst. And some creatures just gain the ability of flight, some creatures gain the ability of fire, some creatures gain wild magic. We have one of those contained, actually.
Really?
You head up. She like motions you over to one of the cages. She lifts up a small blanket. There is a probably up to your kneecap high sized mushroom that has little nubs and is standing on something that almost resembles feet.
What's this little fella's name?
This is a shredder cap that looks like it has a tiny face on it, as it kind of just like pats at the cage it's sitting in. Like, it doesn't say anything. It
keeps
has
kinda
no
patting.
capability to speak. It's just sitting there looking at you guys now, and then like kind of like reaches out to the cage like.
Does it seem like it responds to orders or anything, or is it just kind of
No, it looks
exploring and
aimless.
curious?
It looks really fucking aimless.
Dagon kind of like squats down and looks in at the tank at it. Kind of cute, really.
Roll a con save as this thing farts in your face.
I thought this was an enclosed container.
No, it's an open bar thing.
Oh, okay, so it's a cage. Con save is a 22.
Yeah, the thing kind of like shoots some spores at you the moment you get near it, and you let out a giant sneeze, but nothing worse for the wear. But the woman does kind of like jump out of the way, like, oh.
Just a bit of the sniffles. Looks like this guy's a little allergic.
This is actually one of the few things I was speaking about. Normally, this is actually one of the more calmer ones we've ever captured and was brought in here from the Darkwood. There are other more volatile ones that can just summon all kinds of weird magic.
So what you're telling me is it's a bit of a... Have any of these creatures changed for the better, would you say?
There were a few dogs that we had here that got loose when one of them gained intelligence and ran off into the Darkwood. It had a really bad affinity for anything that wasn't celestial. And I believe it's now out there trying to convert others to be the same as itself.
Interesting. About how much do your pets go for? He says, kind of like pointing at the animals that are on display still.
Well, it depends. The largest thing I have here is a baby guardrake. That one will probably cost you at least 1,000.
Okay.
The pseudo dragons will probably run you 500 depending on which one you would like. I am sort of a breeder. She kind of like looks up. She's like a crazy cat lady, but with pseudo dragons.
All right, show me some of your breeds. I'm curious as to what you've got.
It's basically the scale color.
Gotcha.
The only one that she has that's prized is the one that's sitting on Dagon's shoulder, which is actually silver.
It's a pretty little fella.
How much for this guy? Girl. Not sure.
Oh, he is male. He's actually one of our prized ones. I kind of use him for a lot of shows. If you want that one, and if you are very serious in buying him, that will run you 5,000.
Oh, wow. It's a bit of a pricey purchase there.
He is silver. A metallic pseudo-dragon is not easy to come by.
Oh, I'm not complaining. I understand. Just hearing the number out loud is a different thing entirely. Ezra leans down to one of the other pseudo-dragons or looks over at it.
There's a bunch of red, green, and blue ones just meandering around, nipping and biting at each other. She had... when you walked in, there was not a metal, but like a very heavy curtain that they couldn't like fly their way through to keep them from getting outside of the room.
Points at a green one. What about this little fella? So he would only be about 500, you're thinking?
Yes. We have a bunch of these are female actually. She like hands you this. She hands you one. It's about probably the size of your head.
Okay. Look at this little cutie. Now to see how it'll get along with the family. He removes his hat and Scaffy is there. Does it attack?
You now see a necrotic hand sitting on top of his head.
Again, trunk.
Yeah.
Don't mind Scaffy, Keldamov. He's friendly.
I should hope so, Captain.
Now the question is this little fella? He kind of like nudges it towards us.
I think it was only the rest of him that was a murderer.
Bum, bum, bum,
He hasn't murdered nobody that I've seen.
Does the pseudo dragon attack Scaffy once?
No,
once
the
revealed?
pseudo dragon kind of like looks at the hand, noticing that it is indeed a hand. So it's just like confused. It's like, oh wait, this is the thing that hands me food every fucking day of my life.
All right, I like it. Well, good.
It bites Scaffy and flies off with it.
Hey, come back, come on, hey, come here.
You watch a Scaffy.
A gun pops out of Dagon's jacket.
Hey, Dagon. We don't need to intensify this anymore. Come on, buddy. Bring me back the head. Bring me back the head. Ooh, with a nat 20 in animal handling. I'm like, come on, come here.
It kind of like you motioning it, and also the woman is also doing like a hand motion, like to drop it. Like she's like getting like mad, like no, drop it. You don't know where that's been. It's necrotic.
No offense taken.
And it hits the floor, and then runs back to you.
Hey, good boy. Don't worry. We'll work on those team combinations later. I like him. 500, you say?
Indeed.
All right. rummages through his things, produces 500 rubies. I'll take the little guy. We'll see how he fares with us. If the forest does something with him, we'll try and figure that out. But
I certainly hope nothing comes of it. Just be careful. I fear that if you do take something into the Darkwood like a pseudo dragon, who knows what might happen. For all we know, it could turn into a fey dragon.
Ezra shrugs. Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, Kelmall, that's pretty fucking bad. You just hear that. And Charlotte and Jillian look pretty okay with it.
Don't worry, everything's fine. Come here.
Well, now you have a green female pseudo dragon.
I'm gonna call you Peaches. I know Peaches the pseudo dragon.
Put in the fucking Borderlands text wall.
Peach,
Peaches.
boom, ring, dong, ding, ding.
All right, you now have a green pseudo dragon as a little animal companion. It will act sort of like Scaffy, but you need, in order to actually make it do anything, you're going to have to get a really high animal handling.
Yeah, and I was going to ask, if I spend enough time with this creature and do enough stuff with it, can I improve my animal handling with it specifically? Like,
Yes.
Is there any sort
Yeah,
of
I'm guessing you should be able
loyalty
to
kind
train
of thing?
it.
Yeah.
You can, yeah. Pseudo dragons are one of the trainable things you can have.
Okay.
They are pretty much
'Cause, yeah,
cats with wings if they were little dragons.
Because yeah, my base animal handling isn't great, but I figured if I had a pet, I could,
It will
build
just
a,
take it will
build a
take time.
relationship with it, and
It'll
that-
just take time.
okay. That's fine. Hooray!
She also offers you small rations. She hands you. She says she can give you a small bag of dragon chow that you can feed it to give you an advantage in the animal handling. Should you show it off to it?
Yeah. How much would that be?
25.
You know what? In for a penny, in for a pound. Throws are 25.
You have 5 pieces of pseudo dragon chow. Once again, if you wish to do anything that requires animal handling with this creature, if you show it the food, it will have an advantage roll.
Before he leaves, yes. Like, so green pseudo dragon. Does it have any specific dietary needs? Anything I should avoid? Anything
No,
it
they're
loves?
pretty omnivore.
Perfect. That'll make it much easier to take care of. Thank you.
Though its demeanor will change depending on what its diet is.
All right. Little bit of experimenting and seeing what it likes and what it doesn't like. I hear you.
Anything else you guys want in here?
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
Everything's a bit too rich for my blood.
Yeah.
Hey man, you wanted a metallic breeder's choice pseudo dragon. All right. So with that, you guys exit out of there. I'm gonna push these guys up here. I need you guys to move towards any position that's near the gate. Yes. Eloy, you are the closest now. Roll me a perception check.
All right. 21.
21. Eloy, you hear glass breaking off in the distance to the house behind you. And some distant shouting.
Like the tavern we came out of?
No, the building behind Eloy. Not
This
not
one
going
right here?
south to the west.
I thought that was the pet shop.
Not the pet shop, the one above it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
The top left one here.
Yeah,
Okay.
right there.
Are these NPCs by the gate? Are they like guards? What are
Yes,
they?
but they are not moving. Like they don't hear it. They're just waiting by the inside of the gate.
Hey man, you hear that? Sounds like a break-in or something. Is that?
Maybe somebody dropped their wallet.
Maybe. Hey, is everything okay back there?
You head over to the house.
Yeah.
The
Check it
house
out.
is not as boarded as anyone else's that you've seen so far. You can peek through the window with a perception check with a disadvantage because everything is shaded on the inside.
Yeah. First roll's good. Second roll's not terrible. That's an 18.
18. You see 2 figures kind of holding something together in the darkness, but it looks like there's a constant shove each time, like.
Quite the ruckus over here.
Hey, is everything all right? Is everything cool?
The forms seem too busy and preoccupied with what they're doing to answer you.
I'm gonna light up my hooded lantern and shine some light in there and see if I can get a clearer look at what's going on.
You see a male and a female silhouette holding what looks like a table in front of a door, and something is banging through the door.
Do you need help?
They can't hear you.
Well, that's awkward.
Huh. So you said it's like I can sort of peer through the window. Is there an obvious entrance to this building that I can see?
Besides breaking the window or going through the door, that's all you have right this second.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean,
if there's a door.
Yeah.
Well, there's a door, but it's boarded up.
Okay. I'll give the door a good hard knock anyway.
I'll go around the side of the house and see if I can, like, you said he heard crashing.
Yeah. Keldamov, you're only getting small bits and pieces of this at this point.
And then three of us just sort of wandered off.
And then like all of a sudden Dagon's going behind someone's house.
Okay, there we go. I'm going to move Keldamov over here.
Uh-oh, Dagon's going off alone.
Whoop.
Watch your pies, folks.
Yeah, are there any pies cooling in these woods?
I give Eloy a tap on the shoulder with my trunk.
Care to fill me in, Mr. Eloy?
I mean, I just heard like a broken glass, and there's two fellers in there. Well, a feller and a lady. Seems like they might be having trouble, and they don't seem to hear me. Knock, knock, knock. Hi, is everything okay? Do you require assistance?
You knock on the window. Someone kind of like looks to the window, but then they go back to holding the table against the wall.
Seems like something's trying to get out that door at him. I'm just real concerned is all.
Very well.
Let me see.
As Dagon's walking around the house, has he found, like, any broken windows or anything?
You see what looks like a large doghouse, and there are huge signs of singe marks and claw marks coming out the entranceway of it. And when you look towards the back of the house, there are massive claw marks that go up to the second floor.
Do I see a notable entryway from there, or
There is
think
a
it's from the
storm
roof?
drain, but it is locked up.
Is this storm drain climbable?
Oh no, you want to climb up to the second story?
Yeah.
Okay. To climb up the second story, there is no direct way apart from just climbing up it. However, I will say this. Roll me a perception check real quick.
Okie dokie. That is a 19.
19? You get some really stupid, childish idea in the back of your head that if you look to the building next to you, and if you, with enough agility, you think, man, wouldn't it be cool if I could just parkour from one windowsill to the other and reach the second floor?
Man, I am having flashes of if only I were Wake right now. But Dagon's going to be like, huh? Stretch. See how this works. And he will try that.
Also, while I'm sitting here, I'm going to reveal something real quick here.
Okay.
All right. Dagon's going to attempt to scale to the second floor. Would that be athletics or acrobatics?
To make the jump, it will be acrobatics. To make that second jump will be athletics to grab onto the wall.
All right. Acrobatics first. This one needs to be good. That's pretty damn good. That is a 22.
Sick kickflip, bro.
Woo! And athletics, the one I'm less worried about. Natural 20, even less worried.
Hey.
You like triple sow cow your way up to the second floor as you're hanging off the windowsill.
I'm Mario. Yeah. Woo!
Pretty fucking much. You're just doing some speedrun strats right now.
And stick the landing.
You are hanging off the side of the wall. You can see that the window looks like it was broken into. It's big enough for one creature to actually walk through.
Works for me. Found a way in. See if I can get you guys in on the other side.
You are hearing screaming and boisterous thundering banging from downstairs.
Yes, I know. Slide through.
Did I hear him calling from where I'm at?
You're watching as Dagon now comes in from the other side as he's now next to these two people.
Hello.
I will swing around and try and find the entrance that he saw.
It's the second story window.
I was just gonna go over and open the fucking door while these people are holding the thing at bay.
Yeah, you see these two people like look to you like, oh, someone else came in.
Yes, hi.
It's some dirty extinguished.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah, that's
I go and I like basically like unbar their door and just open it up.
all right. You guys can walk in now.
Hello.
Okay.
You now see two elves holding a table against the wall, and behind that table is actually a door. As a claw kind of like bashes its way through, like a draconic claw is bashing its way through the door, trying to push it open.
Whoa.
Okay.
Little bit of pet problem there.
Please help us! The mist came through.
Noted.
Okay. Kaldamov's going to turn around and point at the two sun guard to be at the ready, and he goes into the house.
All right, the sun guard will move over this way.
I'll move right there.
Yep.
There we go.
Charlotte and Jillian are just like, what the fuck is happening? What'd you guys do?
Apparently some animal's gone rogue inside their house. I'm gonna stay out here. It looks like the Sun Guard and those fellas have it under control.
Well, now the two of them look. The two folks look to everyone, just like, what do we do? Like they're too fucking scared to let go of this table at this point. This was like their end game, and they don't know what to do with themselves. It's taking everything in their willpower to keep this thing together.
Well, do you
Is this a beloved animal?
care if this creature lives or dies?
The husband looks over to you like, fucking kill this thing. I don't care.
I don't know.
Then,
This isn't
then you see
exactly.
the woman's just like, but that'd be a waste of at least 3,000. 3,000. This thing ate my entire fridge.
I mean,
I think that money's gone, ma'am.
I don't know. This feels like it's out of my jurisdiction.
What are you gonna do?
Okay, I am going to look at the two residents and say,
Send the bill to the palace.
I'm going to throw my storm hammer at that door.
Oh my.
This is why Ezra's staying outside.
Dagon's actually gonna walk outside too.
I was just about to say thank you, Mr. Huxley.
See, yeah?
How you doing, Captain?
It's nice having the law on our side. Any collateral damage we can just chalk up to the city.
Will an 18 hit?
An 18 will not only break the table in half, but also split the door down the middle as your hammer breaks.
Unleashing this monster.
As the hammer breaks through the entire door, you now see a pseudo-dragon's head peeking over just as your hammer leans down on top of it.
May I?
Yes.
Dagon sees that, looks over at Ezra's pseudo-dragon.
Hey, fella.
And since I threw
quite
it
cute.
and it hit,
I'm glad I didn't shoot her.
3, 4, and one more for thunder. So that's 5. So 3 bludgeoning, 1 lightning, 1 thunder.
1 lightning, 1 thunder, eh? All right, well,
Very, very frighteningly.
your hammer careens into this creature's face as it knocks back, flailing on the floor. This thing has more legs than a normal pseudo-dragon has, almost like 1, 2, 3. Yeah, no, those are 4 pairs of legs, and its eye was 1 cyclopean eye.
Holds out my hand.
Very Thor-esque.
Well, this creature is on the floor right now. You actually hear it grunting and groaning angrily, almost like it's making words.
I don't know. I went with the French Foreign Legion. Don't ask me.
Yeah, the two family members run outside as the guards now are in there with you, drawing their weapons out.
Okay. Now it's safe to assume that counts as my combat move, or is that just engagement in general? How would you define that?
I would say for right now, it's just engagement.
Engagement. Okay.
You laid him out on the floor with that smack. He probably doesn't have a quick attack yet.
It's a skeleton!
Oh no, it's a bone dragon!
Don't joke, that shit's like CR9. I could do that.
Don't give him ideas.
I don't know.
Fiendish acquisitions, a bounty.
I don't know. CR9 doesn't sound that bad these days.
Let me just go through these.
especially when we're rolling with a party of 6 plus these guardsmen.
Yeah.
These guards ain't gonna stick around with you for too long.
Well, yeah.
Our dragon bone's hollow. They can fly.
What is 60 feet? Okay.
Oh, birds are hollow.
Yeah.
Thank God this is a cantrip. I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame. It's a 60-foot range, so clearly that's gonna hit.
Yep.
So, needs to survive a Dex saving throw or take 1d8 radiant damage.
Well, it's taking a disadvantage because you knocked it on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Can't get any more disadvantage than that. Nat 1.
Okay. So that is 3 radiant damage. And I'm gonna just mosey on over. Give him another smack with the Storm Hammer. Just melee range.
He's got bad dragon.
Natural 20.
The chief of police came into your house and beat up your angry dog.
It's gonna be all over Facebook.
The police showed up and killed my dog.
Who was attacking me, but still.
Okay.
Kalimov just kind of just like moseys on over. It's just like, I don't got time.
Rolls up his hammer.
Yeah. Flip.
Well, you know
Okay.
the old saying, how the old saying goes, kill them off and let God.
It's been a
sort
while
'em out.
since I've had a natural 20. Is that just 2?
That's double damage.
That's double damage. 8. So 10.
Yeah, this thing's fucking just paste on the floor now. You hear an ethereal moaning hiss as mist escapes from the corpse and flies out of the house. All of you watch as this mist kind of just goes, flies back up.
Someone
over
take
at Chick. Was that
someone take note of that.
What, you're not hungry? Flicks Chick a little.
He was out of it. He was asleep.
Mr. Soul.
Your sword, like you like speaking to a chick, you've never heard him so lethargic ever.
Okay then. He says he wants to sleep.
Oh. Does he do that often?
No.
Oh.
You look at the you walk outside as the guard are now like taking care of the situation as they're like checking out the body and making sure like the folks are okay.
I walk by and I pat the homeowner on the shoulder.
As I said before, send the bill to the palace.
This dude's freaking out. You actually see the side of his arm where like there's a giant claw mark. It's oozing almost like a marble ichor instead of blood.
Yes,
You might want to get that checked out.
Yes, I
Yes,
agree.
losing a family pet is a tragedy, and you're welcome for the assistance. Coughs, holding out his hand.
Diplomacy.
Persuasion
Oh.
of a 17.
Wait, diplomacy.
You're gonna have to roll for this too because
Right.
the extinguish just went, hey, pay me.
Glad I could help.
What
I
would you,
am a locksmith now, sir.
what would you say? What would you say? That would be because
Insight?
you said.
Persuasion.
Oh, persuasion.
Oh, me as well.
Yes.
14.
14.
17.
These people are just so fucking. This dude's so delirious. He's just like, all I have left is 500.
Works for me.
Funny, that's exactly what I cost.
The other pseudo dragon looks over to Keldamov, who's now covered in like viscera of the fucking other pseudo dragon.
I can't trust him.
I just pet Peaches, and if you go feral, I can't make any promises, but I'm gonna do my best.
This poor thing is wide-eyed now, just like
Again.
Don't worry. If you go feral, you will be missed.
Again. Elephant growl. Just the typical elephant growl.
all right, the guards are gonna take care of this. So they gave you 500 for your time, and also they offered you guys for basically like saving them from all of this while the guards are taking care of all the collateral damage and making sure they're all boarded up a second time. They will offer you each 2 rations of food for the assistance.
Thank you. Go ahead and add that to my stuff.
Yep.
2 food.
2 food. All right. Well, you're now at the gate as the guard kind of like noticed that, oh, geez, well, this fella here, Keldamov, the fucking Luxodon, is just like, oh, sir. Like, they stand at attention, like, seeing you, just like, well done, sir. Well done. They're fucking, like, gobsmacked that someone of your caliber is standing before them.
At ease, gentlemen. We have a job to do. Mr. Lockwood, excuse me, Captain, is everyone ready?
Well, as far as I can tell, looks like you did a bang-up job in the old, in that old house over there, so I think that's everything we were worried about before leaving.
It's a fancy little smack stick you got there.
Yeah.
Captain, do I have a rank?
I was
Eloy,
waiting
you-
for this to happen at some point.
Yep.
Eloy, your rank is... It's indescribable. There really isn't a name for it, but
Charlotte,
trust me, you
Charlotte
are
holds up her
invaluable.
hand. Wait, isn't he just the captain? Isn't he just the ship's bard?
I mean,
I have to imagine just by position he's the first mate.
yeah, I mean, more or less.
I'm the first mate? Oh no, what do I have to do that?
Just
Keep doing what you've been doing.
exactly how you've been doing it.
Okay, I'm real good at that.
No, yeah, you've been doing a great job.
You're a champion, as Jillian like slaps you on the back. Like, you're gonna be great, champ.
Man, first mate, I was hoping for like Lieutenant Junior grade max.
Chief Master Grand Poobah.
Ezra kind of like puts his arm around Eloy, just like points at the rest of the crew. These guys have kind of, they're all here on a job, but they've been rotating out. Eloy, you and I have stuck through this together from the beginning, so that says something to your old captain. He won't forget that anytime soon. He says,
Scaffy.
poking Scaffy.
Scaffy. Yeah, by the way, you didn't put your hat back on this whole time.
Oh, well, I do. He's had hat in hand with Peaches in it,
Yeah.
trying to put it on over Scaffy.
Peaches is now sitting in the hat, and Scaffy's just like, fuck is this?
I gotta share now, Dad?
No. Peaches, you go on the shoulder. Like, has her nudged on the shoulder as trying to put the hat over Scaffy.
The moment you like grab onto Peach's head and you like kind of like scrunch her down, she kind of like hisses like.
It's gonna be okay. If you don't like this perch, we'll find a new one.
All right. So with that, the gate opens, and I will open up a small little bit of the area.
Mm-hmm.
You step out into the bridge. Everything around you is that swirling vortex of like what it looks like outside. Eloy, when you looked outside and saw just saw like the atmosphere, this is pretty much where you're walking into. There's a little bit of a dip that leads into a mountainside, but this entire bridge is just gusty and blistery to all get out. Like, the moment the air touches your skin, you could just feel every fiber of your being just get rigid and very cold.
I call middle of the bridge. I had a real bad experience on the last bridge.
As you wish. Dagon looks over the side.
Was that really necessary?
No, but it's fun.
It's scientific.
I need to know where it goes.
Well, it's plummeting.
Lost sight of it a bit ago.
I mean, how are we gonna hear spit? Unless you roll me a fucking nat 20 on perception and you want to try that out right now.
Nope. Damn
Okay.
it.
A small seagull.
Bullseye.
I'll at least give you that. So, you guys need to move forward.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to wait for you guys to start moving. Well, not that fast.
Okay.
Ezra takes a couple steps forward.
Remember, move. If you're gonna make one movement, you can move your speed. So that's.
Yeah.
Well, that was my speed.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, 30.
Okay. All right.
Ooh, too much. Hold on. Come on now. There we go. Nope.
Ezra, do me a favor. Roll me a perception check.
15.
15, you say.
Yes.
Remember that seagull you saw Dagon spit on?
Yeah.
You could have sworn you saw like 3 more fly by afterwards, but you can't think of anything else out of it. Just a lot of birds just flying out of there. Just like, you know in cartoons where there's a noise and then a bunch of birds fly off in the
kind
distance?
of move in one direction.
Yep, that's pretty much what just happened there.
Alright.
And from what your perspective was anyway.
Huh. Interesting.
So is this place always like this with the bridge to the abyss and all that?
Just move my guy real quick. It's 30 feet. Should put me right behind Eloy.
Alright. I gotta roll for something real quick. Charlotte kind of like stops dead in the middle of the center of the entire bridge. She's like holding on to the side of her head, like rubbing her temple like she's got a headache.
You all right, Charlotte?
She looks over to Jillian, shoves her.
Hey, whoa, 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 whoa!
No, not off. Back. You guys watch as a giant humanoid bird creature flies by just where Jillian was.
Okay. Everybody else saw that, right? I'm gonna try and
Well, let's see. Who's there? Anyone who is in the front, so Keldamov, Eloy, and Dagon need to roll a perception check.
16.
11.
10.
You guys saw jack shit. You just watched as Charlotte pushed Jillian almost off the bridge.
The 16? I didn't see that?
Nope.
Wow.
Fast burb.
Charlotte, did you?
I didn't see what that was. I felt it. I felt it nearby.
Okay, well, even at the slightest indication, if you have other feelings like that, let us know.
Jillian's just sitting there with like her arms folded, like, didn't have to do that.
Jillian, you should probably be thanking her. That looked really, really scary.
I didn't even see what it was.
What was?
I don't know. Jillian's looking at you. I don't know.
There's big flying things looking to bite us.
Well, yeah, we were told there'd be monsters.
Well, they're
I
already
figured they'd
here.
be in the woods.
All right.
Looks like they're taking to the sky.
I mean, how else would you?
All right. I need everyone to roll me. Well, now with that information, everyone roll me a acrobatics. Wait, I'm sorry. No, roll a dex save. As you guys, hearing all this commotion, everyone starts running over to the gate.
That is a 17.
It is a 11.
Also a 17.
Modified 20.
All right. All right, let me roll for Charlotte and Jillian. Oh, Charlotte, you poor idiot. Oh, Jillian, you poor idiot. So, everyone else kind of makes it to the other side. Ezra, Charlotte, and Jillian make it to here just before a gust of wind pushes them to the north. A strong gust of wind that knocks them off their feet.
Off of the
She's
bridge?
hanging off to the side,
Okay.
Whoa, whoa,
and
whoa,
you guys
whoa,
get
whoa,
pushed
whoa.
over 5 feet. Rolling an athletics for her to hang on.
Oh no. Oh no.
She makes it. Okay, I didn't see that, but could someone help me?
Yep, on the way. Dagon's gonna move around, pardon me. Gonna reach out a hand to grab her.
You are on the floor, Ezra. You got knocked over.
Oh, sorry.
All right, so you're busy catching her. Roll in athletics.
25.
You grab her wrist firmly and just pull her up.
There you are.
All right.
Careful, it's a little breezy and it's anything but easy.
Should we do the rope buddy thing? I'm thinking we do the rope buddy.
Rope
Keldamov and Eloy, another perception check to see if you can see where this thing is.
Probably not. 12.
14.
Eloy doesn't see it, but you see a giant winged creature with lanky limbs off in the distance stand right off to the side. It's in the sunlight, so you can only see its silhouette, and it has a giant paddle that almost looks like a giant leaf. And that's what it's using to blow the wind at you guys.
He has a banjo fan.
Well, it looks like we have company.
All right.
If I can just get one, we can have dueling banjos.
I will grant you guys this option. You can either choose to fight or try another dexterity check to get out of there.
Guys, I don't think this is good footing. If we're gonna fight this thing, we should probably be somewhere where it's not gonna throw us off a bridge.
Agreed. Yes.
on a second.
I, as first mate, concur.
Let me move this over here. I apologize, just grabbing things. You, and we'll make you a not GM token. You are supposed to be a regular token. Non-generic token. This is... Okay, I think I got it now. Ah, here we go. Token, please. Become. Oh, jeez, not again. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, just copy paste it from
Yeah,
somewhere
I'm
else.
just copy and pasting a token over.
That's all. That's the way I do it. I don't mess with that GM layer shit.
There we are. Do you see it?
Nope.
Not yet.
Damn it. Here we are.
There he is.
Ah, it's a skull.
It's a big skull.
Oh, hey.
It
hi.
got bigger.
Hi, buddy.
Oh.
Yeah, you see that giant silhouetted form blotting in the middle of the sun, holding a giant, what looks like leaf, fanning you guys off the bridge. You can choose to fight it, or you can choose to run.
Yeah.
Ezra announces his feeling is like, get to sure footing. This thing wants to knock us off the bridge.
Yep. Eloy concurs.
All right, so I need Ezra to roll me an athletics to get up while the wind's blowing.
Had to be athletics, huh? 4.
Whoop.
Ah!
Rolling Charlotte. Nat 1.
Uh-oh.
Jillian got up because of Dagon.
Son of a. Runs over to Charlotte now.
Well, hold on.
Just
I
as he
gotta,
caught
I
his
gotta
eye.
roll.
Yeah.
I need to roll an athletics for Charlotte. Charlotte just barely makes it. Her fingers are barely hanging onto the edge. I need you to roll me in athletics to stay on board.
Oh, athletics to stay. Oh, that's a nat 20.
Okay.
So I'm staying up.
Yeah, you're staying up. Now it's to grab her.
All right. Now to grab her, that is a 17. Or, sorry, 18. It's a 12 on the die.
You get her. She stands up. Jillian grabs an 18, and she's able to run over to the side by everyone else.
Dagon looks at the bird. What? It's just a loogie.
What? Should you say that to him?
Yeah.
You hear
Fuck that bird.
You hear in Celestial. Everyone else just hears like angelic like choir screaming. That like it sounds beautiful, but then turns fucking like almost hypnotically terrifying at the same time. You hear it scream out at you. Mortals off the bridge. Be away with you from the Darkwood. We want no more inside of the wood.
Show you a fucking mortal. As everybody else is trying to run, Dagon's just gonna kind of stand his ground while everybody else tries to get away.
Okay. I will allow you to roll. I will allow you to move 15 feet, because of the wind on this thing.
All right. He's not going to leave this spot in case either Charlotte or Ezra gets blown away.
Ezra is still on the floor. Charlotte has stood up.
But Dagon's just seeking to distract this fucking thing.
Okay.
And
Everyone else, I need you guys to once again. Do you choose to fight or do you choose to run? So I need an answer from Ben and from Brian. Do you fight or run?
I'm running.
Yeah, I'm going to have to run as well.
Very well. I'm gonna put you guys over here for now then.
The darkness!
We'll be there soon.
You are now safely inside the fort. Everyone else is still there. I need you to roll me a acrobatics.
Me?
Yes.
Okay.
As you watch as this thing holds up the leaf again, it starts to build up almost like a bit of a whirlwind around it, and it flaps the leaf at you guys, letting loose another tornado.
Acrobatics is a modified. Don't know why I said modified. 21.
21?
Obviously, that's modified.
You almost felt your feet get pushed off the floor, but you stand your ground.
2 derringers pop out of my jacket. I kind of hold them.
Charlotte, need to roll.
I'll wait for
her.
the rest of this to get resolved first.
Charlotte stands her ground. Ezra, roll me one with disadvantage.
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics?
Yep.
Okay. That's at least. Oops. I'm gonna roll that since it bounced. With disadvantage, you said?
Yep.
Okay. 13.
Roll at athletics. To grab on.
Nat 20!
Hey.
There we go. That's what you need.
There you go. You like take one of your daggers and plunge it into the stone.
Not today, Death!
Charlotte, if you wouldn't mind. Because Dagon needs to distract this thing if it's going to do shit.
Yeah,
And-
Charlotte will go ahead and try to pull you up.
And from my derringers, I'm going to fire Eldritch Blast, because fucking chick is asleep. Will a 22 hit?
It absolutely will.
Okay, cool. That's first blast. Kapow! That is 13 damage. And kapow! Will a modified 20 hit?
That will not.
Oh, okay. All right, so 13 damage with one Eldritch Blast. The other one kind of sweeps off in the wind, I guess.
You you pretty much shoot a hole in the giant leaf-like thing it was flapping at you guys, enough that the wind dies down for everyone else to stand up on their feet.
Well, that's got to be awkward.
Ezra, you stand up. Charlotte pretty much fucking books it. She makes it to the side.
After you, Captain. I say, just continuing to hold the guns on him.
Thanks, Dagon.
I need you guys to roll me another acrobatics.
Oh, sure.
Wow, another 18 on the die on this one.
23. for me.
21.
You are not blown off. The wind is considerably weaker than last time. You are able to move
Oh, looks
at
like
your full speed.
Looks like somebody put a hole in your sails. Ta-ta.
I meet up with the rest of the group.
Guns go away. I don't have a hat to tip, but I just kind of bow and run off.
Everyone gets
Flips his
behind the
hair.
gate. The gate closes as the guard kind of like shoot the pull levers down, and the gate closes behind those who get inside. You guys watch as a giant silhouette kind of like flaps right by. I would need you guys to roll me a perception check if you want to get a better descriptor of this thing.
23.
I'm going to roll something completely different. I'm going to try to hit it with my spit. Not with a 12, probably.
Nah.
Yep. Yeah, I'd hit the gate, whatever.
10.
That's what I think of you.
It was the meaning that mattered.
It went by
Thought that
too
counts.
fast for you to see it. What was your other rolls?
7. There was no way I was seeing it.
I had 23.
23. Eloy, you watch as this almost what looks like a man, then from the face down to like the stomach is like a really lanky person. The rest of it is a clawed feathered beast, and down the middle from its face going to its stomach is just a giant mouth with serrated teeth.
Birdman.
Flies right by.
That was horrifying. Did you see the teeth that went all the way down like a mouth but sideways?
I shot him right in the leaf.
Thank you for that.
Well, the guards pretty much just let you sit there for a little bit until you feel it's safe to go outside. They open up the other side of the gate. The other creature you don't think has returned because you all would have started hearing ballistas fire off at this thing.
Should we be able to see more of the map once?
Yes,
once
I will get that for you. I apologize.
You're good. Just want to make sure. I know where we're standing. There we go.
You guys might want to put up like a warning sign. Beware of whatever that was.
That and
We've never-
guardrails.
The sun guard looks at you. We've never seen something like that before. That is something new the mist has brought upon us.
Indeed.
Well, sounds like a job for the sign maker.
Beware of mistbird. Beware of leaf bird.
We don't feel it will attack you as long as you stay near us. So long as you're within the vicinity of the fortress, you should be fine.
What do you determine as the vicinity exactly?
Anywhere that isn't visible from out of the trees.
Gotcha.
All right, so within the trees, within the tree line, we shouldn't be getting blown off of any bridges, at least.
Well, there are no other bridges going forward. If you keep traveling east, you should at least find a river.
If I may suggest, though, handrails. Probably be good to have them in general.
We used to have them.
Ah, well.
Did they turn into monsters too?
They point out to where the creature was.
Horrible handrail monsters? Look at me, I'm supposed to keep you safe, but I do the opposite. I'm a handrail.
I'm gonna pull you to your doom.
Tore the handrails down.
That would be a simpler explanation.
It would
yes.
make more sense. I agree.
It's a thought.
All right, Charlotte and Jillian will head out here. The moment they step outside, you watch as Jillian, who used to be in summer form, the moment she steps inside the vicinity of the forest, her entire being just shoots back into spring. And she just like looks around, she looks left and right, looks at herself.
Look at you, you're blossoming.
Yeah, she looks at as you watch as the back of her hand just like sprouts a really majestic looking flower.
It's quite the nice corsage you got there.
This is the most energetic I've ever felt in my entire life standing in these woods.
You should have seen the greenhouse we were in.
Are you able to, with this new sense of energy and vigor, are you able to commune with anything? Can you tell us anything about the perhaps the flora around here?
She looks at the stump next to her and she puts her hand down on it. She casts commune with nature. Okay, the forest is angry. No, thank you.
What's it angry at, or is it just everything?
It just seemed mad as all get out. This entire fucking location is just a giant tree. We are standing on what is considered just a giant root.
So it's a singular Darkwood after all.
I've got some valerian if you want that. No, it doesn't want to trade.
The only thing I can say that out of all of that I was able to gauge, it's not mad at us.
Okay, so long as we can keep it that way and show that we're trying to get rid of whatever is making it mad.
Well, that makes sense. We tried to build around the damn place.
All right, well, I will say it'll be a good time to take a quick break here, and then we move on to wherever you guys would like to move.
Works out for me. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the table.
Yeehaw!
We're into Darkwood now.
All right, welcome to Darkwood, gentlemen. It's
Hello,
time for
Darkwood.
you to decide where you would like to go. There are obvious paths to the east, which is directly in front of you. It kind of like veers up to the north, or you could go south.
Oh, somebody just darted
Sorry.
south.
Oh,
Hold on.
geez, what
Hold
happened?
on. Here, do you mind moving me real quick? I'm
Yeah, I
trying
got
to
you. I got
scroll.
you.
You're right. It is with 2 fingers. That's weird.
Boom.
Thank you.
Do we know which way is center from here? Because we're supposed to avoid that, right?
Directly east of here is center.
Although, if I were to be frank, isn't center where the climby part is?
Yes. But also remember, you're not going directly towards the center. You're looking for pretty much the warp portal. So you can travel as much as you want within this map. So long as you find the portal, you're good.
It's like Diablo days. huh?
I looked at the guards. Which way do you think's the fastest way to the portal?
They would directly tell you that, unfortunately, it is straight ahead of you, but because of the Darkwood itself and it always like is ever growing, the path has always changed, so there's no direct way to it.
I understand.
However, they do look to Keldamov. Sir, you seem of higher guard. We may ask of you, though it might be too much to ask of you. We heard cannon fire off to the south of here, to the southern fort. We figured it was to fight off the beast, or at least to scare it away, but we've heard no correspondence from them for at least a day.
I see. Thank
They're
you for
probably
telling
dead.
me. Aren't you a ray of sunshine?
No, quite the opposite, as you've pointed out.
Let's see.
In any case, we would appreciate it if you could at least check on them and see what the situation is.
I see. Well,
If that is not within your, if that is not within your regiment, we understand, but it is something to at least keep in your mind if you could.
And the trees are pretty much going from floor to mist, yeah? You said?
Some of them are, not all of them.
I mean, I could try and go up and get us some kind of bird's eye view.
Well, if you want to head up there, I would say you could. Just be careful to not, breathe in on that mist.
Dagon looks at this wall that he's next to, like this gate that they're just trying. Like, how tall is it? Like, how tall is this building?
About 120 feet up.
But, okay, so Dagon's like, by the way, what's stopping that creature out there from just going over that?
There are shit tons of ballistas and cannons nearby.
Things shooting at it.
There are more points to the north and to the south. That's also one of the reasons why they're asking someone to go double check, because if they start losing defenses, they're fucked.
Well, all right. Ezra looks to the crowd. What are we feeling, north or south? Sounds like center might be a bad idea.
Your call, Captain.
Captain, if I may have a word.
Sure.
I would appreciate it if we went to check on the southern fort en route to finding the working portals. And as some incentivizing terms, maybe we can find some new tools to make our journey easier.
Makes enough sense to me. Everybody cool with the south path?
There would be reward in it if you decide to go down that way. The guards tell you that should you choose to help them out, there is no doubt that anything they can offer you when venturing into the Darkwood would be a benefit to you.
Oh, I like the sound of that. South it is.
Thank you, Captain.
All right, well, start walking.
All right, before we start walking, I will take Pistachio up as high as I can go before I start breathing in mist and just see what I can see along our path.
As you fly up, roll me a perception check.
The greatest adventure. 25.
What does your donkey eye see?
You look off to your left and you see the silhouette of the humanoid figure looking towards you.
I dive right back down.
And that's why we don't allow you guys to fly up.
It was worth a shot.
Like
Sorry.
I said, what's stopping it?
The universe at large. But all right, so I was just like, hey, I'm gonna start heading this way, and we'll see what happens.
All right, head towards the edge of the darkness if you would.
All right.
Dagon's gonna walk next to Jillian, just kind of like nudge her. Psst. By the way, if you're ever feeling need of a little pick-me-up, kind of like holds like one of those blue vials between two fingers and just kind of like nudges it towards her.
She picks it up.
Might be good for you.
Are you offering me drugs?
I don't know exactly.
If you don't know what it is, how do I know what it is?
I pluck a piece of grass from the ground and I dip it in the solution.
It grows a face and gets bigger.
Presents.
You got it. Crushes it.
She grabs your other hand, clasps it on top of the vial, and pushes your hands to your chest.
All right then.
Captain, I don't got a horse in this race, but it seems like Dagon's gonna fit in better with the rest of the crew.
Yeah.
All right. I will show you what is revealed right now. You have two paths. One that leads. There is a gnarled bunch of like archways that are made out of branches that are like as big as yourselves. By the way, that's how big these branches are. They kind of make a small archway that leads down to the south. To the southeast. To the southwest, there looks like there's a bit of a small path, but it is filled with thorny bramble.
Ugh, well, that doesn't look fun to traverse. We'll go this way, says Ezra, just walking.
Just walking right there, huh?
Yep.
I will reveal what is shown here. You come across a very large pond. There are lily pads and fish swimming in it. You can see the fish clear as day. It almost reminds you of the filtration system back in the back towards the greenhouse.
Yeah, look at this. We found a nice little respite here with some fish. If it wasn't such a scary day, we could sit down and do some fishing.
All right, so Dagon, you plucked yourself right in front of the water, huh?
Yeah, I'm standing in front of the water, just like,
Looking in.
Roll me a wisdom save.
as I look into the waters.
Yep.
What do you see, and what does it say?
With a 17.
Gaze into the pool of Galadriel.
You look into the water. There is something moving down there. It's bigger than any of the fish that are inside there, until slowly it starts forming a face, and not so much a human face. That looks like there's a horse skull coming up to the surface.
That's not normally very good.
I've heard of seahorses, but I didn't think they looked like that.
No, not
You
like
dare to
this.
look at? You looked at it too. Very well. Roll me a wisdom save.
Fair enough.
Do you fear death?
Reroll that 'cause I
Do
got
you
caught on that
fear
miniature.
the dark abyss?
Wisdom save, you said?
Uh huh.
18.
You couldn't help yourself but look into the water and look at this thing as well, until finally it that scary form of a skeletal figure now just appears in vision. You're like, oh no, that's actually kind of a bad thing. We should stay away from that.
Yeah, I
This
don't think
seems
this is-
uncomfortable.
Yeah, not very good for swimming. Nobody else look in here. Nothing to see.
This is a bad pool.
Look at what Charlotte looks.
Nope,
Charlotte!
don't. She's way in the back. How's she doing this?
She moved up.
She passes just fine. Oh, that's a dead animal in the water.
Yeah, I think. Not really sure. Looked like a fish.
Well, you are standing next to the water. The only way to go forward from here is to actually muck across the pond.
Okay, so the trees are blocking our path up
Yep.
and down. Okay.
Is that what happens when you lead a horse to water and you do make him drink?
Well, you saw the creek. There is something inside there that is waving around this horse skull. But the problem is that the only way to go forward, you can either go north or you can go south, and it must be across the water.
Oh, this pond only seems like it's like 10 feet wide. You could probably do a
jump it?
running jump it.
With an athletics check, you may attempt.
Yeah.
Dagon asked for a little bit of space, looking back to Eloy.
You know what? There's an easier way. I just take Pistachio across.
Oh, that'll work.
Hey, Pistachio, you wanna give everybody a hand?
All right.
Send
what do you need
pistachio.
it to?
I'll send Pistachio back over to Dagon. See, he's friendly. You can ride him right over.
It's attuned to you only.
Oh, I thought I was allowed to send it to places. Okay, never mind. I guess he's only friendly to me.
It's
Sorry.
possible you can send it places, but maybe others can't ride
Yeah,
it.
I don't think it can carry other people, maybe.
You can send it to other places. It's just other people cannot write it.
Gotcha.
Well, if I could have a little more room on the other side for a landing, then.
Well, you are right next to the water now, Eloy. I need you to make a wisdom save.
Too close.
17.
Something called to you inside the water, and you look inside, and yeah, you see the skull now too. That's kind of a bad. Like, it seemed like you could have just easily walked across it. In the back of your mind, you're just like, why did I even need to do that? Oh, that's why.
It's like Eustace and that fucking water woman.
Yeah, the water siren.
Splash.
Oh. What's that?
Yeah. All right. Dagon's just gonna
Eloy's
make like
across.
a nice little running hop. Then athletics check of a 14 for that 10-foot jump.
Something splashed at you from the water as you tried to jump across, but it was far too late in trying.
Oh, piss off!
You make it across just fine.
With my ability to use a dex mod for my running jumps, I get, a 25 on my running jump.
Once again, there was a delayed reaction to something trying to splash you as you went by, and you made it over just in time. You might want to... Hold on, I'll make a little bit more space.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't exactly see what's on the other side there.
What?
Whoop.
It's all good.
There you go. I will also make this a little bit of space here.
Whatever's there is important.
All right, so Charlotte's going to go ahead and give this a try. Actually, no, she's going to do something else instead. She's going to look to everyone else who's behind her.
Is this Charlotte or Jillian?
Jillian, I apologize. Jillian looks over to everyone else who's left. Peace. Through a tree. Sinks into a tree and comes out the other side.
Seems like a very useful ability around these parts.
Charlotte's just like, I don't understand what you guys are like. She just like looks left and right. It's like, all right, well, I guess I'm jumping across.
Watch your step, Charlotte.
I bet doing it through a tree is way more fun than the Crow Zone. That place is all flappy and spooky.
It's way too flappy.
She jumps across. The water hits her on the leg enough to actually, with enough force, it makes her fall forward and hit the floor with half her body plunged into the water.
Whoop.
Hey, whoa.
As something now grabs and pulls at her.
All right,
And grab her
Dagon.
hand, yeah.
Yeah, same.
Roll strength.
Whammo. Athletics check 22.
23.
She rolled a nat 1.
But
I need to roll for the other thing.
She's the rope in our little game of tug of war here.
so do we rip her arms off? Oh God.
No, you don't.
How
but-
critical is this failure?
No, it's fine. She...
I mean,
You
she
guys-
rolled the 1. She failed to hold it together.
She's not helping us.
Yeah, she's not helping in this situation.
No, 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 no,
Arms
no.
are flailing as
You
you
guys got her out. When she stands up, she kind of like looks down at herself. She's soaking wet from like her waist down, but then she pats herself down. She looks over to the side. You watch as the horse head kind of like lurches down with her mace. She is weaponless.
Oh.
Do you need that?
To defend myself, yes.
I mean, I got some stuff you can borrow. It might not be as good as... I mean, I don't know if that had sentimental value, but pull out my...
No, it was just a mace. It was just something to defend myself, but kind of sucks.
Hey, well, I mean, I got this short sword, and I got this mithril scimitar, which I use sometimes, but...
She'll take the short sword if you'll give it to her.
Yeah, I'll lend her my short sword.
All right. She's gonna move down here. All right, the woolly mammoth's left.
Oh.
A man with only one leg.
One arm.
One arm.
Oh, it's just the arm?
Yeah, it's just the arm. Okay.
You might want to make room.
Eloy, you may want to step back. Dagon, where you're stepping, you look down. You're stepping on a bunch of shredder mushrooms.
Sorry.
Okay. And that's athletics, right?
Yep.
I don't know how sentient they are.
Why not? Ones!
Hey! Someone
Welcome
had
to the
do it.
crew. Natural wonders.
Yep.
I was wondering what would happen if someone fell into this pool. I guess we're gonna find out.
Cannonballs
I also
right
was
into the
natural
water.
wondering.
Yeah, pretty much.
Look for a mace while you're in there.
Yeah.
I mean...
Cannonballs right in. You know, he's a tall man. Probably about, like, I don't know, 7, 8 feet tall.
It's covering his head, isn't it?
Disappeared into the water.
That's what I was afraid of.
Dagon is conflicted.
Eloy's gonna take his grappling hook and lower it down on some rope. Hey, see if you can grab onto this, man!
All right.
Well, God, what
Well,
should I roll?
You are underneath the water right now. You do not see anything. You just see darkness. It is way deeper than you thought it was possible.
Well,
What do you do?
I don't want to drop this. I'm gonna cast light. Thank God it's a cantrip.
All right.
And it gives me a...
Fluff how you cast this light.
Okay. Let me see. I am going to firmly grasp my storm hammer, and with my trunk touch the mammoth mark on the side of it, and that's where the light comes from. It's the rune etchings on the hammer.
The light gains purchase. You are in a giant, deep hole that lurches down forward and down more and more and more.
Mm-hmm.
You look up above you. You are at least 20 feet down from the water itself. Around you are mounted skulls on the entire rim of this entire little tunnel.
My eye twitches a little. Mm-hmm.
Nothing seems to be grabbing at you just yet, though you look down, your light doesn't go further down the hole as it just turns into abyss going continuously down.
Mm-hmm.
Though you see pocketed bubbles escaping from the hole.
I am going to try and swim as calmly as I can back to the surface. I'm guessing athletics again?
Yeah.
Maybe?
With disadvantage.
Of course. Because I'm in full plate. Okay. So, 17.
This thing rolled a nat 20.
Of course it did.
You start swimming up.
Mm-hmm.
You don't go anywhere. You feel yourself physically swimming, but you are not moving. You look up and notice that it's just not happening. You're just not getting there. You still have enough air to hold yourself in on this. You got some good constitution.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of look back around you. There is now a horse that is half undead, smiling at you, with the bottom half of a fish looking right at you.
So, taking in the danger of looking at this thing again.
It has been 2 minutes, and he has not resurfaced.
And I don't see the light from his hammer.
Oh, it's
for
been
what
2
the-
minutes? Oh, wow.
I'm jumping in after him.
Okay,
Sploosh.
yeah, basically up on the surface, Dagon is just having this moment. We may not have known him long, but he was a man of duty and Eloy, no! And Dagon would immediately jump in after Eloy.
All right, let's do one at a time, though, because if you jump in after him, you are going to be standing on top of him. Like, you are, like, it's him going in, and then all of a sudden, there's, like, not enough space for it to continue downward without you stepping on him.
Oh, well, I would try to, like, dive in after I realize, oh shit, he's swimming down there.
Yeah.
But Dagon actually has an advantage underwater.
Right on. All right. Eloy, you go down. You go down this hole. You now see the hole. You now see the top of Keldamov's head as this abominable-looking, like, horse serpent is looking at him.
I'm just gonna swim down towards him and try and.
He doesn't notice this at all, but this thing has its hooves on its shoulder and pushing him down.
Great. Yeah, I'm just swimming for my donkey life, just down to him, trying to lay a hand on him.
When Dagon gets in, he has a swim speed. A
Okay.
swim speed of his movement. And I'll describe what he looks like as soon as people actually see him.
All right. Let me just get to this first real
No
quick.
problem.
Because if you get in there, this can happen, but at the same time, it's like there's not a lot of wiggle room,
Oh, no. I get that.
and it's also like you're getting like probably like your neck in at most at this point with how much space there is.
Oh, is it really?
Eloy is taking up the
It is a
other
very
half before it
thin
goes to the
tunnel
surface.
down of water.
Yeah, but I heard that it sinks down a very long way, is what I was hearing.
Yeah,
Yes.
but it is not much space. Like, it is a
From
single
the
file.
from Eloy to the surface, there's not going to be a lot of space.
Okay.
All right.
It's like we're going down a manhole.
I need you to roll me an athletics check, and I need you to roll me a wisdom save.
Well, athletics check is good. That's a 21.
11 on the wisdom save. Sheet. There. I can grab it when I need it.
All right, you feel something grab you and pull you up, and with that force, you felt something now dig into your shoulder as serrated hooves now dig across your chest. Enough to snap you out of the trance you were in, and you can now feel your body lose its seized position. You take 5 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
As Eloy pulls you up. Though, with him wearing plate mail and this thing holding on to him, that's gonna be difficult.
Yeah, that seems, 7 or 8 foot tall mammoth boy, plate mail, and Eloy's not the strongest swimmer. Rather than try and do this by main force, as soon as I can get a hand on Keldamov.
You got him.
Step into the crowd, casting Dimension Door and teleporting us back up to the surface.
Nah, so Dagon doesn't go in. Dagon's just reaching out. Nope!
Oh, yeah. Nope! Above you.
Ow!
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not good at that one yet. I'm sorry.
Boom.
That was the crow zone. It's spooky. I'm sorry.
So
It was spooky down there
let
too,
me,
though.
Let me
So
explain what the fuck just happened to you.
net gain.
Can't wait for this.
So Keldamov looks up and sees Eloy. All of a sudden, the air siphons back into your lungs as the water is just completely gone around you. Around you, though, you are now in the middle of you are in a star field right now. That kind of like, almost feels like feathers are enveloped around you, as like you feel the beat of wings slap across your face. And then, almost with like a glass-like shatter, the entire world around you breaks apart and light returns, and you are now above the surface of the water as you fall on top of Eloy out of the water.
The trippiest teleportation yet.
What you guys saw was a black orb slowly forming in the middle of the sky. It starts growing and growing and growing as it unfolds into a bird and just releases them from that void.
Should we worry about... Oh, it's Eloy.
Oh! He's alive!
Yeah, there was when Miss Frida had helped me out before. I think I can do that now. I don't.
Well, that's useful.
Useful, yeah. It's really icky though.
You
It's
have no idea what the fuck you just went through. That was not infernal, that was not celestial, that was something different.
it's like there's this big icky blackness at the heart of the universe, and we just went through it. It's not like fun.
Well, maybe the more you do it, the more you'll get used to it. I don't know.
Meanwhile, Keldenwolf's just sitting on the floor like, the fuck?
Anyway, how you feeling, big guy?
What just happened?
You just got rescued by the Lockwood Naturals Wonders' own first mate, Eloy.
Just slowly turns.
I don't know how you Luxodons deal in life debts, but I think you got one.
Surprised he didn't remember. I thought they had very good memories.
Yeah, well, sometimes you don't... Not everything you hear is true.
Man, if I could block that place out, I would.
You guys look back towards the water, the skull of the horse is looking at you like a little bit above the surface.
Piss off! Just Dagon just waving his hand.
Just hide, it goes back into the water.
All day with this thing.
No.
Alright, well, you guys made it across the water. There are 2 paths now. You could either continue going south. Oh, actually, no, 3 paths. I apologize.
Okay.
Dagon, you saw there was a large batch of those shredder caps going up north. There is a path continuing going to the east. However, roll a perception check, everyone, when you consider going south.
14.
23.
Modified 20.
Perception 21.
Once all of this fucking nonsense is done, you think this is just part of the entire experience you just went through. But there's a soft sound off in the distance. Do we have confirmation?
Yeah.
There is a soft sound of something melodic off in the distance, and it almost makes you remind you of the Boardwalk's Fine Day Company.
Okay.
Sounds like polka.
Well, that sounds festive.
Wondering why we're only hearing this now.
Yeah, they might have just started ginning up the machine. We should head down there. Maybe it's someone who needs help.
There is music off in the distance. It is very jaunty and very friendly sounding, which is kind of fucking strange considering the fucking place you guys are in right now.
You know what? I could go for some cotton candy. Remember when we bought that cotton candy machine? What did we do with that?
I think it was still on the Yeldon.
Oh no. Well, we got all our stuff off of that. They're probably just holding it in storage for us back in Right.
I mean, sure. It's
What do you think of this nonsense? As Charlotte and Jillian are just like, oh, that's cute, as they're like snapping their fingers to the beat.
Meanwhile, back and right, Nedra's making her third cone from the day.
Okay, so Keldamov just kind of sits there, eye twitching, just.
So much for trouble.
Ezra starts. What direction did you say the
South.
Okay.
Now, towards the area we should be going to.
So I'm gonna move my guy here like this way.
Yes.
Okay. Ezra starts heading in this direction. Hello, sounds like there's some fun festivities over here.
Ooh, what if those weren't cannons? Those were fireworks, like they're having a big old party.
Oh man, did we bring any of ours?
I mean, I can always illusion some up.
We can make them. I've got gunpowder.
Again, just friggin' trunk.
Is there someone over here having fun?
All right, let me stop you right there real quick. The moment you pass through this branch archway, you start seeing what looks like a giant tree, but in the roots of the giant tree is a house, like the etchings of a house, and the bark itself grew around it. That's where the music is coming from. There's smoke bellowing out of the window, and the music is still just as loud as ever. You can see a bunch of different like taxidermy trophies hanging off the side of where the house of the wood of the house is.
Now, you say smoke's coming out of the window. Does the house appear to be on fire?
No, it is not on fire. It looks like it's look. There's one window that's like where all the fire is because it kind of smells like a fireplace.
Gotcha.
Captain.
The other window next to it though, you look inside and it looks like there's this really mangled bear looking at you from the window, and above it is a sign that looks like it's been repainted because someone spelt it wrong. It says Game House.
Captain, didn't one of the letters we read mention something about some trappers?
That does sound familiar. Either way, we should definitely investigate, but everybody be on your guard. We don't exactly know who's here, but they sure sound fun enough.
This gnarly ass fucking bear. This bear is looking directly at you guys. You can't help but feel this thing is watching you.
Hey, man, you steaming some hams in there, or what you doing?
Roll an investigation check.
Roll for memes.
As we look around.
Well, no, Eloy, because he's,
Yeah.
he's doing.
14.
He's looking at the creature right now. 14. Remember that encounter with the abyssal you had, where it was split down the middle and it almost looked like it had that tumor-esque form on it? Mm-hmm. That's what looks like it's going on in its throat, but it's a taxidermy of a creature. So this is an undead bear taxidermy.
Is it, like, does it seem to be moving? Does it seem to be animated at all?
It's not animated at all. It's just
Okay.
looking at you with big, wall-eyed, derpy eyes. It almost looks like one of the eyes on its head has googly eyes slapped on it.
It's a stuffed undead bear. Look at that, making a mockery of something scary. These are the kinds of people I like. Anyone inside?
Dagon goes up and knocks on the door.
Yes, come in, yeah.
I hear that over the music.
Yep. The music lowers.
Dagon opens the door. Yes, somebody's in.
Hello, I've recently been forcibly reminded of the uncaring nature of the universe, and I need distraction, please.
You come to the right place, yeah.
Hooray!
Oh shit. Sorry. D20 kind of like fucked me up there. All right. You head on inside. There is a large pentagram-like symbol in the middle of the floor.
Dagon's gonna do his best not to stand on that.
You kind of can. It's kind of it's like a carpet. There's like shit all over it. There's like more of those taxidermy creatures on the side. Let's get Charlotte and Jillian in here. Kill them off. Are you going inside or are you staying out?
I'm gonna stay near the door. Thank you.
All right.
We've had a day already.
Dagon's gonna go investigate some of this taxidermists.
Off to the side where there looks like there's a thin wall, there's a small opening that you could peer inside. There are chests upon chests of items in the back. behind this wall.
Now, have we seen who beckoned us in?
Not yet.
All right, I'm going to continue to look at all these taxidermy pieces as
All
I
right.
try to figure out which one talked to me.
You are seeing a bunch of different animals in here. There is a taxidermy deer, there's a taxidermy elk, another bear, one that looks pretty normal. The one that was undead is up in the front. There's a bunch of other animals that's just strewn about this entire wall. This entire wall just looks like a giant trophy room. There's one that almost looks like there's a trophied gnome hanging off the wall.
Mr. Onslow would love this place.
It's an interesting place to set up shop. You selling anything?
And it's from the opening hole on the side wall, pops up very slowly a gnarled green-skinned face of an elderly woman with a bunch of roots growing out of her head on one side. Her nose extends out enough that it almost looks like you could grab it and lift her up from it. Giant warts protruding out of it. There's a spider hanging out of one nostril, and she sniffs it back up. She smiles at you, a toothy grin, but most of one side of her face is gone, and the other part of her teeth are bark.
I didn't realize they'd send a charming siren to sell whatever it is that's out here.
Jillian, is this a relative of yours?
She must be your. She must be.
Jillian.
Jillian looks in. What's going? Oh no! She fucking just turns around and walks away.
Just Grandpa from The Simpsons walks in, hangs up hat, turns around, picks up hat, walks out.
Jillian just like immediately saw what she was and just went, oh no, fuck that.
You must be surprised to see your younger and prettier sister this far out from where you came from, huh?
Don't put me together with a fucking forest hag, Ezra.
Trying to negotiate here.
Hey, so
You watch as more spiders kind of just like edge out of her nose.
charming.
Hey, do you know a Grammy? You remind me of her.
Oh, sweetie, everyone in the forest is Grammy in some way.
Oh, she's like a sea Grammy. Grammy's like a sea Grammy, and you're like a woods Grammy.
Like a tree Grammy.
A tree Grammy.
My name is Mother Giggle Splinters.
Mother Giggle Splinters, right.
Welcome to the game house.
She scratches at her arm. She's ripping apart flesh, and then she just takes a piece of wood from the side of the wall and slaps it on top of it, and it sinks back in.
What do you have for sale here, Miss Giggle Splinters?
Oh, I have nothing for sale, sweetie. I give all sorts of gifts to the nice girls and boys who bring me anything I can make into nice dolls. Like that fun little man that was up there. The big fellas were really nice in handing it to me, and I gave them something nice in return.
Wonderful.
What'd you give him?
I don't know. My boxes are full of mysteries. Even I don't know what's inside of them. I just moved in here a few days ago. There were lots of dead bodies.
You don't say.
Yes, I do say.
What of it?
I'm just curious how long you've been up here.
I just asked.
How many is this many?
She holds up 4 like broken wooden nubs.
4. That is 4.
Liar, that's 5.
Okay.
If you say so.
Ah, good. We're all in business here.
Oh, this is perfect. I was just confronted with nothingness, and now I'm getting to see so much something.
Well,
Eloy, there's a taxidermied centaur in here.
Huh.
What kind?
Yeah.
Deer.
I mean, I wouldn't wish that fate on anyone. If
And when I mean taxidermy, it's sprawled upside down, like ass facing up to the ceiling,
Not
and
in a
sprawled
noble
out
position.
upside down.
So flayed.
Flayed, yes.
Oh, joy.
You know what?
He's being cured is the term, I believe.
You know what?
Tanned.
Jillian seemed to really take it. I'm just going to make sure she's okay. I'm going to edge out the door after Jillian.
Bouncer!
Hands move over the door.
oh,
Like the walls form hands themselves and close over.
well, ma'am, what? You said that you gave gifts to the people who brought you things that you needed. What is there?
Who needed? No, I don't need anything. No one ever asks if I need anything. No one ever would. No, see, I give lots of goodies to all the good little boys and girls who come in here and tell me as long as you give me a full body of something, it could be anything. It could be him. You just kill him right in front of me right now, but make sure most of him's intact so I can make more trophies in the game house. That's how it works, right? At least that's what it says in all these journals of the people who used to live here.
Interesting.
Could I see one of those?
No.
Okay. Just asking, ma'am. I completely understand. I respect your privacy. Well, my traveling companions and I, we sort of need all of us to be alive. So I can't, unfortunately, kill any of them for you, but if you'd let me...
See, I only just assumed because he's half of something that would be in this room.
Right.
But you, I mean, wouldn't you rather
Shut
have
up, mate! The nice young man's talking.
I apologize for my friend here. Sometimes he's not sure when conversations end and when they start. Now, ma'am, you seem like a very smart and pretty lady, if I must say myself. I would be happy to bring you all the riches of the forest, but I'm afraid I can't get you anything if we're trapped in here. Persuasion! With 25.
Okay, hold on. Bouncer, let them go!
All right, thank you so much, ma'am. I know you said you don't need anything. Do you have any preferences? Anything you're looking for?
Oh no, so long as you just give me back something that used to be alive and is all in one piece, I'm sure I can give you something nice. There was this nice big chunk of glowing green stone that I found. I think you nice young boys would like that. Is it candy to you? I don't know. What is candy? Where am I?
Ma'am, we were just stepping out to get you something.
Oh, where are you? That's so nice. Who are you again?
My name's Ezra, ma'am.
Ah, good. I'll know that name for the rest of my life now.
Fantastic. Anyway, we should be going.
She coughs a spider on your face.
So charming. We really should be going, though, he says, trying his best to not panically wipe his face.
Hey, Dagon, roll an investigation check.
As I'm perusing these things silently. That is sorry, the light down there is real rough. 19. Or wait, no, sorry. 18.
That undead bear wasn't standing on its hind legs a moment ago.
Does this count as still alive if it moves?
Oh, I just like to change things up a bit, just have Bouncer touch everything and move it around. Like him over there!
You now see the gnome taxidermy hanging by 1 foot off the ceiling.
Well, Bouncer does a wonderful job.
Anyway, we should probably get going if we want to bring you something back before the sun sets.
That'd be great. Now, hurry up, dearies, because every time you don't give me back something as quickly as possible before the day ends, all my items will change.
Okay.
All the goodies you could have had will not be here anymore.
That would be a damn shame.
No, it would be an absolute shame. It'd be awful.
I agree. Well, anyway, we're going to go ahead and get out of your hair, roots, leaves, and we'll see what we can find.
Yep, Ezra, meet. Let's go.
We walk out of the house, briskly.
Meat was a camel.
I'm sorry, Eloy. Just clearly she
You
she
guys
had some
didn't
sort
see
of
any
chip
of
on her
that because
shoulder.
the entire fucking wall just closed over.
I just trunk to the closest person.
Everything okay?
That wasn't the fort we're looking for, right?
Just trunk.
Okay, because she said that there were some people in there, but she killed them.
Or that they were already dead. It was vague.
Yeah,
There were threats bandied about.
she doesn't seem like she might be all the way there.
There is a path back to the west.
She doesn't seem like she's all the way there. That said, she did offer us prizes if we could bring her, some, I assume, some fresh corpses.
And since we are heading to that fort anyway, and I'm assuming there are at least 1 or 2 there, shouldn't be too much of an issue.
Uh-huh.
obviously, if you and your sun guard want to stop this little, business of hers, that's completely up to you. My job was to find a teleporter.
As is mine, Captain. Shall we?
Sure, I don't think we need to stay this much closer to this place any longer.
Sometime today, please. Let's go.
Roll investigation check.
12.
Everyone kind of notices that the bear was pressed up against the window looking at him as he walked away.
I'm just not gonna mention that.
Not mention what?
Yeah,
Exactly.
I was just.
Charlotte's just like just looking at the window.
Pointing.
It's like a
Pointing
Jurassic,
at
it's
it.
a Jurassic Park moment right here.
She's not saying a goddamn thing. She looks like she's about to throw up looking at the window.
Jillian, if we just keep moving, everything will be
Charlotte.
fine. Charlotte, everything will be
Yes,
fine.
yes,
if we
yes.
just
Can
keep
we go?
moving.
Can we go now, please?
Who's
Hey,
gonna
look, a path!
Yeah, who's gonna move west first, gentlemen?
Dagon stepped all the way over to the edge of visibility.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me. Oh, jeez.
Where did I disappear to?
Here, I got you.
I touched my guy and he vanished.
All right, there is a massive opening here. You can see that the path still continues going to the south east of here. You could listen as the music is fading away from the distance. The more you get away from it, the more like you just feel like it's just not there. Like it almost feels like that entire place you just visited didn't feel like it was real. Like you look back and it's just the tree.
All I'm saying is, I wouldn't mind if that jerk bird we met earlier ended up there. I just don't want to be the one to bring him there.
Yeah.
He does seem pretty
Oh, Ezra,
heavy.
you're standing right there. Great.
Perfect.
I
I was
want-
just following.
I'd like you to roll me a dex save, please.
You got it.
The rest of us passed through there without issue.
Dex save, you say? That'd be a 23.
You watch as like this almost twig snaps down to try and like latch at you,
Woo!
and it goes back up into the trees. You got it for a split second that looked like a spider leg.
Oh, man. Careful, everybody. I think there's big bugs above us.
It's big everything, really.
We'll just move everyone over here.
He pats Peaches. Don't worry, I'll protect you.
Welcome to Darkwood, gentlemen and ladies.
Keldamov, where are you moving?
Oh, well, of course.
Hey, Keldamov,
What?
where are you moving? Because
You're very close by.
You haven't left the shop. Everybody else trailed on without you.
Just stampedes through the forest.
all right, the pathway leads south. Dagon, since you are closest, I'm gonna have you and Jillian roll a knowledge. Roll a survival check.
Survival is a 13. Funny enough, knowledge
excuse me.
nature would actually be better for me now.
Jillian got a 17, so she's able to track this. She kind of like puts her hand out in front of you and stops you from moving.
Whoa.
She points down to the floor. There are what looks like small, but like probably fist-sized orbs of webbing on the floor that lead forward.
Seems like
She just like looks to you and just goes, "Wait a minute." She looks to Ezra and she like points her finger up to go, "Wait." Does anyone have anything like a small bit of meat, something that they want to give me?
Dagon has one of his food bits.
You hand it to her.
Yeah, there you go.
She drops it on top of the webbing. The webbing consumes it and disappears.
All right, everybody, make a note of the ground.
Knowledge. So who here? Does anyone here have a knowledge arcana check? That is it with That is their primary.
Oh,
I
like
mean, with
Proficiency?
Proficiency.
Nope.
See?
Nope.
I do not.
Self-taught.
We are not a magic crew. It looks like. I don't know if Charlotte or.
Let me. Jillian rolled a nat 20.
Hey,
Phase spiders.
I'm sorry. Did you say face spiders?
Phase.
Oh, okay.
They can.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, just spiders that can teleport through mass.
I mean, they're not going through your face. I mean, they could, I guess. I suppose I'm just not living
You know that?
anymore.
You know that thing that me and Eloy can do on a regular basis? Well, face spiders can do that at will.
They can sing?
They can walk through solid matter. They go from the material to the immaterial in 1 second.
Well, that sounds scary. I'm guessing points to where the web used to be. I'm guessing this is kind of their calling card, and if we avoid that, we should be okay.
Keldamov, she looks over to you. Keldamov, is this the way we need to go? Roll knowledge. Roll history with advantage.
History with advantage. 16, 19.
From your knowledge of knowing where the base was for here, there is a small lake that arches up to the north where the ballistas are all put together. So this fortification you're going to, this is the right direction, and once you get to a lake, heading north leads to a ballista facility.
Seems like it. We have to keep our eyes out for a lake that leads to the ballista facility. Watch your step.
All right, you heard the man.
All right, so let me go ahead and open this up again. Oh, jeez.
Give us sight.
Yeah, hold
Somehow
on, there's a
accidentally
little bit
moved
more I can
Eloy.
give you. There's a little bit more sight I can give you. There you go. All right, so this entire area that you're standing in, you can see the little bit of water that's off at the distance and another archway that's made out of root. It is completely covered in spider webs. The moment you step past that stone is where the spider webs are. God damn it, roll 20.
And Jillian ran away.
No, I don't like spiders.
I don't either, Jillian. So much so, fear of bugs is on my character sheet. Ezra is not a fan right now.
I believe that was from the Sturges.
Yeah.
Poor old Peaches hides in your pack.
Don't worry, girl. I'll protect you.
Oh, you stand right there, huh?
I do. Ah, it doesn't seem so bad.
Roll dex save.
Doesn't seem so. That is a 16.
Doesn't seem so. Nope, something from out of the floor. You watch as a spider's claw comes out, stabs him in the calf, and pulls him into the earth.
Fucking ow!
You are halfway stuck in the ground.
All right. Trickster's escape. I have freedom of movement.
That saved you just with enough time. You were able to push yourself up with Trickster's movement
Ta-ha, none of that
to,
shit.
to take out the intangibility that thing placed upon you, and you were able to stand up before the floor completely cut you in half.
Nuh-uh, not happening today.
Hold on. So
There is a giant gaping hole in your calf, though, for
Fucking hurts, but not today.
12 points of piercing damage.
Fucking ouch, but no.
Hold on. Ezra looks to Jillian. So these things, they basically detect weight on some sort of surface and then just pull it down.
We are standing on their web, so with any spider, if it feels movement on its web, it's going to attack whatever
Okay, so the
stands
web
on
is
it.
all over the ground.
Yes.
Interesting.
I
Everybody,
will-
hold
I will-
on. I have a plan.
I will place a draw shape that shows where it all is. I apologize.
If anybody has meat
Oh
or
my God.
food that they can spare, please let me know, because I have an idea.
This, all right there is spider web.
All right, it's that big.
All right,
big
and that
square.
spot, that spot I already stepped on. Is it now like?
Oh no, it's
Cleared,
still
or-
web. It's
Okay.
still there.
I mean, I got 2 of the foods from before, so that'll help.
I mean, you can also fly over it. They won't even notice you.
True.
Ezra's gathering a bunch of the meat from his own pack.
much
just
is a bunch?
some rations. He's got 3 days worth of rations, just basically gathering meat. Takes one of those glass beans that he's always got and just starts kind of like making a hole in the meat with his finger and sticks it in. Just goes,
Roll me a medicine check.
you got it. Not great. 7.
Read off what those beans do for those who don't know.
For those of you who haven't been enjoying this journey so far,
I think it's been like 20 or 30 episodes since we last used them.
yeah. I keep threatening to use these little glass beans, and that might be a question mark for you. I currently have 4. If I'm going to use this, that'll lower me to 3. The last time I used this, I just have written down, seems to summon beholders, question mark. That's all I could figure out.
All right. Well, I'll go ahead and throw in some information there then. These beans, when planted, sprout from a random generated sheet that I have. All kinds of magical MacGuffinry.
Perfect. That's even better.
And with that medical you rolled,
That terrible medical.
it counts as being planted.
Well, his plan was to just...
You now have a volatile bag of food in your hand right now that's acting as a grenade for this thing.
Great.
Bean bomb.
Yes, you now have a bean bomb.
Get bean boozled.
Alright. What would it be to try and I'm going more for accuracy than like a power throw, but trying to land this basically in the middle of the web. Would that be a sleight of hand, an or a dexterity,
That would be
strength?
that would be a dexterity check.
Okay. And he is going to attempt to get it near the center of the web.
The center of the web would be just above the lake, just above the little
The little pond.
little pond of water there. Yes.
All right. And with a dex thing, that would be a 16.
Well, it latches on, and you watch as the earth below it begins to warp, almost like it's rippling like water. Not even the water itself, but the earth, as the mouth of a giant spider kind of just like comes up, snatches the food, and starts twirling it in twine with web.
All right, we're gonna see how this works.
And well, Dagon's gonna start taking
Just gonna take
the sleepy chick and just kind of start like trying to carve out some of this web in front of him, just like,
Oh, you touch it with the web, do you?
yeah, touch the sword to the web.
Roll an athletics check.
16. Oh, bye, chick.
Is that?
Yep, the sword is gone. The spider took chick.
Look at Dagon. Is that gonna be a problem for you?
Meanwhile, the other spider that's
Shrugs.
Yep.
Maybe.
the other spider that's wrapping up the bean bomb. Time to roll something and check the sheet. Really?
What did I get? What did I get?
Really?
What did I get?
Uh-oh.
Really?
Oh no. Oh no.
It's been a hot minute since I used these. Figured it was time for a little bit of chaos.
I will say it's nice that I'm actually on this side of the camera when you're doing that.
Ezra, do me a favor. Roll me a 1d100.
2d10.
Yeah. That's a 78.
It learned polka.
I just summoned giggle splinters. What happened?
No.
You summoned the Fey Master, Al the Weird.
No. From the floor, there's a vibration on the floor. And then from that ripple, before it completely just returns back to normal, you watch as a pumpkin is growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. The polka is coming from inside the pumpkin.
It's coming from inside the pumpkin!
Ezra and the giant pumpkin?
It's the great pumpkin, Ezra.
The pumpkin begins to rumble
We might want to stand back. I may have brought us something worse than what we were dealing with.
Dan's just like, geez, chick, you're usually back by now.
The pumpkin explodes. I need Keldabov, who's near the webbing, Dagon, and Jillian to roll a dexterity check.
Oh, I'm glad I took that step back. Shit. Seemed like a sensible precaution.
So a dex save.
I guess, to be fair, Eloy's the only one in this group who's seen me use these beans before.
You know what?
So when I was doing this and he saw me slip that in there, he's like, oh.
18.
16.
18, 16.
Uh-huh.
You guys passed.
Oh, thank God.
Jillian did not.
Oh, no.
Jillian is taking necrotic damage as from the explosion, as she gets beamed in the face with a bunch of really hard gore.
You just got frickin'
Hard
beamed.
pumpkin guts.
Yep. She just got hit with the fucking hard part of this giant pumpkin.
Your pumpkin patch was insincere!
From the middle of this explosion is one of the treasure chests from behind the thing.
I don't know how this worked, but okay.
And also half of a spider is now trying to claw itself out of the floor and then just crumples in.
Got one.
Dagon walks over to it. You wouldn't happen to have a sword on you, would you?
Oh no, it's
Kick.
in the webbing.
Yeah, it's
Chick is inside the webs?
No, you don't know where Chick went.
Okay, that's what I'm
but the
asking.
the exploding pumpkin is in the middle of this web, so you'd have to walk over quite a bit to get
You
to it.
gained some weird knowledge since you were the one who threw it.
Okay.
That this result was it grew into something big enough to teleport any random object in the vicinity towards the mass of where the pumpkin exploded.
So it just pulled something
From
the
somewhere,
forest
from the area,
to there.
and put it in there.
Well, I got rid of one of the spiders. Not sure what that means for the rest of them, but we're down one.
Jillian.
Also, sorry, Jill. Looks like got caught in a little bit of the crossfire there.
Well, I'm gonna luckily say this, that because it wasn't the actual explosion she took and just the shrapnel, she's only taking 3d6 instead of the 10d6.
Oof. Man, you're a mess, Jill. Do you need a pail of water? Let me go up the hill.
Quick question. Was this? Did the spiders detect
damn it,
my
I just
presence?
got
Was this
that.
a sneak attack?
Yeah, that acts as a sneak attack.
Would that mean that Jillian takes the sneak attack damage?
Well, she knew it was happening. She was right there. I wasn't hiding my presence from her. I guess I wasn't exactly stealthing from the other.
I mean, the
She-
spider was already dead regardless.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a
about
magic
the
attack, so
Yeah.
Jillian's taking...
that's fair.
Christ. Jillian's taking 12 points of necrotic damage
Okay.
as she pulls the pumpkin away from her. Where the flesh of the pumpkin was, it like looks like it singed her face a little bit.
Well, I guess good thing we're in a place that you're so I'm so sorry.
Ow. That was good. That was great. But ow, though.
So he's taken 12, and Jillian's taken 12.
No, he
What?
didn't take it.
I got a
No,
higher
You
roll
got?
than
Oh
you.
yeah, that's right. Good, because I was like, someone's gonna have to take what I'm about to do. Because, okay, I'm gonna use one of my first level spell slots to cast Healing Word.
Alrighty.
So that is 1d4 plus. I'm guessing the attack bonus plus 6.
Alrighty.
So she heals for 8.
Alright, cool. Let me go ahead and type that in.
Just grab my pencil.
I'll try to be more upfront with my warnings next time. I'm sorry, Jill.
Please do that next time. That was cool and all, but still.
Yeah, these things kind of holds the bag very gingerly. These things aren't exactly predictable. I'm kind of just hoping for the best there. And
Does anyone want to roll a perception check?
I mean, if you're gonna ask.
Yeah, may as well.
Dagon's looking around to see if Chick is like popped up anywhere. Not that he cares or anything.
Baka.
12 on my perception.
16.
18.
Oh, I'm sorry, 19. Thought that was
You two
12.
can see a ripple far to the outer rim of where the water is. There's a ripple in the floor. Mm-hmm. The other spider that may have taken Chick has retreated to over there on that side. As it kind of like nestles a webbed up, elongated object out of the ground and then sinks back into the floor.
Dick.
You know how to teleport.
I'm assuming you can't.
You feel as if the hilt where Chick used to be, you feel like something's trying to get itself back in there. You feel it vibrate on your back. Chick's not moving.
Motherfucker. Pulls out a dagger. Don't say I never did anything for you. I actually cannot use any of my magic without him. And Dagon is just going to try to... where on this is that...
The ripple?
Yeah.
The ripple I will place... The ripple you saw was right there.
All right. Dagon is going to try to like make like sort of a mad sticky dash.
You are
over this
walking
web.
at half your speed while
Ah.
stepping in here.
Ah.
Stand where you move the distance and then roll a dex save.
Okay, let's see here. 5, 10, 15. That would be 30. Dex save of a... That's probably not going to do it. 11.
This, you see like the ground start to move as it's coming towards you.
It's like Tremors.
Yep.
Damn,
With,
you beat me to
with
it.
enough sense of what you've seen so far, you're able to deduce that stepping over to a little bit off to the side, the fangs come up out of the ground and try to snap at you, and it's right in front of your foot, and it sinks back in.
Oh! So an 11 did do it. Crazy.
It rolled a 4.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna hop, and
Roll
I'm
again.
here.
Roll again.
Well, hopefully it rolls low again. This one is a 12.
Side of your hip.
Motherfucking...
Drag down into the earth.
I still have Trickster's Escape, so it cannot grapple me, if that is what this is. Freedom of movement lasts for 8 hours.
All right. Freedom of movement lasts for an hour. Okay, so it grabs you by the side of your hip. It doesn't take you with it. It instead inserts a piece of its arm, a piece of its claw, or whatever the front of the fucking spider is called. It inserts it into the side of your hip. Instead of dragging you down with it, right outside, there's a gaping hole in your stomach.
Fucking ow.
For 16 points of piercing damage.
So the spider is just like sticking its arm out. It is not like
It's
above
trying to
it all.
grab him, but through some force, with being his arcane escape.
Yeah, I'm kind of like
you're
jiving
shifting
and moving.
You're
So
shifting
from a
yourself
distance, I
to the
probably
side.
can't shoot this spider. Is what I'm asking, basically. Like, is it not visible? Is it just like basically its arm keeps sticking out of this web and I can't get the rest of it?
Do you want to ready an action on this next one?
Yes.
Okay. That's the magic word. I needed
Gotcha.
someone to say, "Hey, I ready an action to do this."
Understood.
Unless you guys want to initiate combat right this second.
I thought that's what I was fucking doing.
Yeah, he readied his knife and went out there. He was ready to hunt this thing.
Alrighty. Well, at this point, I will say yes, we can initiate combat.
All right.
Hooray!
Natural 20 on initiative.
I have a modified 20 on initiative.
Same.
18.
What's the rule on matching initiatives? Is it we just
Well,
decide?
the higher dex.
Whoever's dex higher.
Probably you.
Mine's 16.
12.
All right, then yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, what was
Modified 20.
modified 20? All right. So,
It was modified 20, but he has faster dex.
all right.
18.
18. Jillian is actually going above you guys.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And Charlotte. She's dead last.
She's dead. Happened off screen.
Off screen, dead.
Necrotic pumpkin turns out got a little bit into her brain.
Alright, now to roll for Spoders.
Spoders.
That's a regular old boater of spoders.
Ezra has a second question, but he'll find out the answer to that later. And that's, is the spider web flammable?
Alright. Okay, we are up the list now.
All right, I'm assuming that's me.
Yep.
All right, now that I'm in front of this thing, can I see where Chick is?
You are that thing that's in front of you. That is Chick cocooned in a little orb right there.
All right, I am going to take that dagger that I've had out and just kind of like try to cut it straight open.
All right, roll me an athletics check.
Athletics check of a 21.
Yep. You take your knife, you slice it across. It's really hard to do so. You feel there's a massive force to trying to break this thing open, but you do so and you're able to see Chick's hilt.
Mother. Reach in with my other hand and pull him out.
Athletics check one more time, because it is still kind of stuck in the cocoon.
He's sticky. That is a 23.
You do so.
Let it never be said that I've done nothing for you. I know, it's spooky in there and dark.
I couldn't move, he tells you.
I know. That...
It nullified, like, I couldn't move. Like, magic, I couldn't move. I couldn't sense anything. I couldn't do nothing.
Man, that does sound awful.
So,
Yes, we'll eat him.
you just got pretty much the code phrase that magic, how do you say, doesn't work with this web.
Magikita, how you say? No.
Not so good.
Not so good here.
Not so good. All right, so what are you gonna do here after this?
I'm assuming that's basically my whole turn.
Alright.
If I'm allowed, well, I guess
I can allow you a bonus.
Yeah, let's see. No, I can't do that as a bonus action. That has to be a regular action. I will. Yeah, I don't have anything I can use as a bonus action here, I don't think.
All right.
So I'm just gonna sheath my dagger and wield Chick.
All right. Let me pop some more things in here real quick.
So I feel like this thing's gonna be coming for me because I'm still standing in its goddamn
Yeah,
spot.
you're kind of in the zone of control right now.
Oh, saw that.
All right, Grant, you're up.
You know what? Let's just do a Ezra's greatest hits real quick. I'm gonna confuse these motherfuckers. Pulls out ball bearings and just chucks them over the web, just trying to create a series of impacts on there for these things to freak out about.
All right, I need you to roll a dex check.
Well, we got a nat 1. So where are these ball bearings going? Fortunately, I feel like a critical failure on throwing ball bearings.
I need to roll severity.
Can't hurt me too bad, but hey, that's the question.
You snap your wrist.
I just imagine like the big mouth of golf balls thing where you drop them under your feet, you go, whoa, and kind of like slip out onto
I mean,
the
yeah, I
webs.
guess I could fall into this web, which would be a
A
problem.
33, that's kind of severe.
but- Okay.
Oh boy.
Now I specified I got a handful and threw them.
Yes.
So I don't know if that means like something
Maybe
can
you
happen
s-
to the
maybe-
whole bag. Did I throw it? Just the ones I was throwing? Did I
Maybe
drop?
you sneezed while you were throwing it.
Yeah.
Roll me a survival check. With advantage.
Somewhere Wake gets pelted with ball bearings.
Even with 15.
For the next turn, everyone now must treat this as difficult terrain.
Which space?
Everyone.
Just the whole.
Just not you, obviously. You're in difficult
I'm
terrain.
way the fuck out there.
No, Ezra just goes. I mean, he lifts his hand up, drops them all on the floor, and there's ball bearings now around everyone's feet.
Okay. So
basically,
just-
you were about to throw the sack, but it was already undone.
Oh.
The entire sack just hits the floor open on them. All the ball bearings are on the floor now.
Oh, so I'm sorry, guys.
Everyone now needs to roll a dexterity save with disadvantage on their next turn
If they move.
if they move.
Okay.
With my cunning action,
Of course.
could I start picking up ball bearings?
Sorry.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Just
You can
drops-
pick up around you, and you won't have. You can negate all this for you, not for anyone else.
You were the Mr. Bean of this team.
Hey man, not every greatest hit comes back better the second time. He starts scooping the ball bearings around him back into the bag.
You are no longer hindered by this, and just you alone.
Okay.
Okay,
Sorry guys, watch your step.
Brian.
Want to give me a ballpark for how many ball bearings I dropped and then recovered?
Drop 50.
Okay.
You got 5 back.
It's just there's nothing. There's no
Nothing visible.
I know. That's why I'm like. Let me just go through these real quick. Hold on.
As
That
we keep
won't
track
work.
at home, I now have
No,
755 ball bearings in my bag.
No, that means I'd have to. No. Anyone else hurt? No.
Dagon.
Dagon?
He's hurt.
He's not looking so good. He's kind of
Okay.
clutching a gaping wound in his gut
Okay.
and leg.
Is there a range?
There's
on
a
your
lot
heel?
of blood streaming out of him.
60 feet, so I just got it. There's that damn.
You should be.
Yeah, you should be all right.
We just.
Man, this is. But look how much space in the map we didn't even clear yet.
Look at
No,
that little
huh?
cool
Okay.
graphic there.
I'm gonna
telling
use
us
another.
space.
Go away. Go.
What's wrong?
The measuring arrow. Oh.
Easy come, not so
Okay.
easy
It.
go.
Whoa.
I got you.
Okay. All right. Okay, it's fine. I'm gonna use another first level spell slot to cast Healing Word on Dagon. So it's 1d4 plus 6.
Oh no, the holy light hurts!
It burns us!
His extinguished flesh is sizzling!
So that's you heal for 9.
The hole is no longer gaping.
Ah, the blood has stopped. Good.
You are now hungry again. That thing is The thing just like ripped the food right out of your gut.
Yeah. Chick, I guess 2 of us are hungry.
And that's
it for you?
That's it for me.
All right. And you pretty much just like use your trunk to slap away the remaining ball bearings. That's how we can fluff that. Hey,
Yeah,
we no longer have this effect for the next turn.
Yeah.
Ben.
So yeah, if I'm not seeing any obvious enemies, I'm just gonna ready an action. First sign of a spider's getting a spooky song sung at it.
Alrighty.
Nice.
Next is very well. Spoder 1.
Dagon is bait.
Spoder 1 pops up over here.
Boom, spooky song.
What do I need to roll?
Let's see, he gets a wisdom save.
Alrighty. Rolled a 9.
That does fail. All right, so he's gonna take some psychic damage.
I want there to be a bard somewhere that plays the theremin.
If anyone would do it, it would probably
Like
be
a
Eloy.
Forgotten Realm setting.
Yeah.
Just a steampunk theremin.
He takes 5 psychic damage and must immediately use its reaction to flee at its full speed away from me.
Very well. Oh, hell no. I'm out of here.
That was spooky.
It's a phase spider. Its max speed is anywhere.
No, its max is a 60 feet of blink.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, he pops up on the polar opposite side of the planet of you.
Hey, what are we doing here? Oh, fuck that!
No!
That sounds like a bird.
When it
A
phases,
big bird.
When it phases out of existence, it just stays there. It can't really get any farther than that.
Spoder number 2.
Ah, there you are.
It didn't blink. It actually came in from the north.
So we saw it move.
Were
Does-
you ready in action?
He failed.
Well, yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah,
right, that's
yeah.
right.
He crit failed it.
I was going to ready in action, but then combat
Bless you.
started, so instead I did the ball bearing.
Gotcha.
All right.
It didn't work.
I'm assuming a 10 doesn't hit you.
No.
You saw this thing coming at you a mile away that you were able to parry it with your sword.
Nah.
All right. And it will try one more thing as its multi-hit. I need you to roll me a dex save with disadvantage since you're standing in bad terrain.
Meh. That is a 13.
You are entangled in web.
Or am I?
No, you are not.
Yep.
Gotcha.
It doesn't know it's a spider.
As far as it knows, yes, I am wrapped up.
Yes.
This is where Dagon looks at the camera. Jim faces for a second.
All right, so I want you to roll me a performance check real quick.
Oh no, I'm trapped and I need to perform for this spider. My performance check is a 18.
Spider does not believe you. It knows you're faking.
Oh no, I'm fuck it. Just get out of it. Fine, you got me.
And yet it was fooled by a ball of meat with a glass bean in the middle.
All right, it is now
Maybe that was its stupid cousin.
Jillian's turn.
Yeah, I guess it wasn't this spider. That one's dead.
This one seems smart. We've got a smart spider.
Jillian, you watch as Jillian actually starts to shrink into the floor.
Oh, Jillian.
She's not blinking. She actually looks like she's turning into an orb of wood. And then the orb kind of like breaks open like a flower, and out pops a wooden eagle. Wild shape.
All right. That's not what I expected, but it looks cool.
She will fly on over and nosedive on the spoder. Unfortunately, she misses. But she is not entangled, and she is not indicated on the web. So she's not in difficult terrain. Charlotte. Charlotte will cast... Where is your ability, Charlotte? Ah, there we go. She will cast Cure Wounds on Dagon.
That's nice of her.
You are getting back... Charlotte, what is your hit die? Okay, you're getting back 12 HP.
Nice. I am nearly to full.
Spider 3.
Spider 3, Spider 3, coming out of that spider tree.
Doesn't... Yeah, I'm gonna assume this hits you, a 24.
Yeah, 24 will hit. Pretty solidly.
Ow.
I'm looking at this one. I was like, oh, fuck!
He got max damage on you. 18.
Well, good to know that that's max damage.
That's
Oh,
one
good.
attack.
I'm back up to fuck!
Nat 1. He was going for another attack on his multi-hit, and he nat 1.
And my scream messed him up. You
Yep. Time to roll severity. Wow, that's pretty high. He gets entangled in the web himself. He missed so bad, he actually swiped up part of his other friend's web that he got on you, and now he's stuck in it. He is entangled for one turn.
I was looking at that, I'm like, how the fuck do you even do that?
With a nat 1, anything's possible. Even the monsters can nat 1. Spoder number 4. He's gonna shoot web at Jillian. Misses completely. With that wild shape, her dexterity is fucking bonkers. Gonna try one more time. He's gonna try for a swipe. Nat 20s. Jillian's taking a hit. Jillian is also taking max damage of 18, as a good chunk of the feathers on her body that were materializing out of the wood, it just gets ripped off.
With a nat 20?
Yep.
Jeez.
Jillian,
So that would be like a 36 at max damage.
It would. Yeah, so you watch as Jillian's bird form loses an entire wing. And she plummets into the water. All right, back up the list.
All right. Dagon realizing that, like, basically she just fell into the water. Like, can I still see her? Like, there's web covering that water, right?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
It's like a little bit on the edge, but she just fell right into the water.
Can I see her? Can I see her?
You could see like her other wing hit the water, and it's just sticking up out of there. She's flailing, like she just took this shape. She lost it, and now she's trying to collect herself.
Well, Dagon is going to take that time to, let's see. Using an item is an action, right?
Using an item is an action.
All right, I'll give each of these the chance to attack me then as I'm jumping in.
Oh, you're gonna jump in? All right, they're
Yeah.
all gonna take a chance
those,
at you.
those two are gonna take some attackies.
All right.
Wacky
A
attackies.
13 will not hit you, I assume.
Nope.
That one will, though. That's a 19.
Yep, that will. 8.
12 points of damage.
All right. Ouchie, ouchie. As Dagon jumps into the water, not everybody sees this, but his Dagon trigger mode, you know, the one with the skeletal wings, he assumes that same form, but his wings also have this, like, flowing seaweed going off of them now.
Nice.
And as gift of the depths, by the way. And he now has basically a swim speed as he moves up to Charlotte, takes that blue potion, and dumps it on her. No choice now! She looks injured.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
All right. Well,
She's made of plant, and I have to assume this would help her. Or, sorry, Jillian.
I will have to roll something when it is her turn.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, that is my turn. I am dumping plant growth formula on her.
Okay, Grant, you're up.
all right.
You are no longer burdened by the ball bearing effect.
Yes. Well, actually, and I also realized I was looking up exactly what a ring of free action does, and it's just like you ignore difficult terrain and can't be paralyzed. Like,
Oh, that's good.
Cool.
Bless you.
So yeah, you can walk on this web freely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just trying to think of where I want to go because I'm gonna.
Honestly,
snipe
being
some
in
people.
stealth is probably just still better.
Yeah, that's my thought. Do this. Would it take a perception check or something for me to tell if the spiders know where I am, or are they just going after the things that?
They are completely busy with Jillian and Dagon. at this point.
Cool. Then
But now I'm in a terrain that has my benefit.
this fella, the one that's top left of Jillian, I'm aiming my crossbow at it.
That is Spoder Boy number 3.
Well, will a 23 hit Spoder Boy 23?
It absolutely will.
Spoder Boy 3? Well,
What are you hitting him with?
Crossbow, I'm just going to use a regular bolt. I'm afraid of catching this thing on fire with 2 of my friends in it.
Alrighty.
We're in the water.
Well, that does hit, but it goes right through it. Face
Okay.
spider.
Gotcha. So just... Huh. Well, okay.
Guess we need to hit them with magic.
That's why face spider sucks, and you never throw them at early game characters because
No.
they cannot hit them.
I can see that.
You boys have enough magical MacGuffinry that this is not an issue.
Yeah.
I don't know if you do, though.
Oh, I have some things. I've
He has
collect-
radiant lights.
I've
He has
coll- I-
radiant arrows.
That's true.
I've collected some stuff. that I
Bless
just
you.
haven't been using. Speaking of, though, actually no, those would all be attacks. Using these weapons is not using an item, unfortunately. So with my cunning action, if that thing noticed me, I'm just going to kind of
Now it noticed you, yes.
I'm going to hide. Go here, like kind of behind these tree shrubbies looking things.
Pile some leaves on yourself.
Yeah.
Roll a stealth.
Stealth of 24.
Roll with disadvantage since it looked at you. Since you shot at it.
That's fair. Oh, that's still the disadvantage roll.
What is it?
24.
Yeah, you got the same roll twice.
It somehow didn't notice you as you dove into the leaves.
Oops. Ezra's a master of stealth. Somehow didn't notice.
Brian, you're up.
Okay. Now let me
You are
just,
not burdened by ball bearings.
Let me just reread something real quick just to make sure I'm doing this correctly.
And I will say after this rotation, we will call it quits because we're nearing close to the end.
Okay.
We can fight these things out. I don't mind going a little long.
Okay, if you don't mind that, then sure.
Okay. So it's safe to say that. Let me see if it'll do the blip. If I do something. Come on, do the blip. Do the blip, damn it.
Yeah, there you go.
Everything is within that blip. is about 10 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. And if I'm reading this correctly, just making sure, I'm gonna cast Call Lightning on that spot.
Ooh.
My 3rd level conjuring spell, and let me just basically those 3 spiders have to make a dex save.
Here I go. That's actually one of their better stats, though.
I know.
Wait, the 3 spiders would not be hitting a 10-foot. Like, is it a radius or
It's
is it
a radius.
Okay.
It's a radius, so it would hit. From the center point, it goes out to 10.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had to make sure.
Spider 1, nat 20s.
Okay.
Spider 2, nat 1s.
Okay.
And Spider 3, succeed. What's the thing he has to succeed?
Let me see. It's a dex saving throw, so...
Yeah, what's your DC?
What's your spell
Spell.
save?
Move. 14.
He passes.
Okay.
So you hit Spoder number 2.
All right, so...
Or Spoder 3, I'm sorry.
Okay, so let's just start with the one that I actually hit for full damage, because that's 3d10 lightning damage. Okay, so that's a 3, 1, and a 5, so 9 on the spider. Bless you.
Apologies, man. Don't ever get them.
I
And
know.
the rest take half.
And the rest take half, so
They will take, I believe it's 5 rounded up.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, that's
Yeah, they reduce it from 9 to 5.
Yep.
It's a way to make a living.
Thank you. I was about to say that.
Or in this case, a killing.
Ah!
All right. It is now Ben's turn.
I'm going to drop a.
By all means, also, when you do your attacks, don't be afraid to fluff. We aren't
Yeah.
combat.
So, it's. That goes off into the distance, but it doesn't really matter.
oh here,
Gonna
move this
gonna
side.
whip out my. You're fine. Whip out my fluty doot. And drop a hypnotic pattern on these boys.
Yeah.
They get dazzled by shimmering lights. They each get a wisdom save.
All right. Well, Spoder number 1 gets a 13.
That'll miss.
Spoder number... he gets a not natural 1.
Modified 1.
Modified 1. And a 10.
And a 10. Yep, that's all 3 miss. They're staring googly-eyed at these swirling patterns of light. Oh, hi.
Yep, you now have... You now... All the spiders are now, like grasping at the balls of light right before them. They completely are not interested in any other target at this point.
That essentially would end combat, I imagine.
Yeah, well, it only lasts for a minute, so we
Well,
can...
we have a minute to figure out how to ambush them and blow them the fuck up.
Yeah. But buys us some time for you guys to get out of the lake and figure out what's next.
Spoder number 1, block. Spoder number 2 is not here anymore. Charlotte.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, wait, no, Jillian. I apologize.
Yeah, I'm curious what happened to old Jillian when I dumped that plant potion on her.
Yeah.
Yeah, we may have created a new monster.
Or made her way the fuck cooler.
Also very possible. This could be a dramatic character turn.
Oh boy.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
I just rolled that. Okay, let me check my list here. Yeah, okay, that happens. She's growing.
I accidentally enlarged personed.
Well,
Or in this case, eagle.
oh my god!
Flavor-wise, Dagon is now sitting on the eagle's back.
Yep, there's now a giant wooden eagle sitting there.
Need a lift?
She has gone from Jillian to Julian.
She looks down at the spiders.
And you didn't want this. Dagon just kind of sitting on the back of her neck.
She can't. She tries to she caws. Yeah. Just slow mo. Like if this was a Naruto fight, it just goes in slow mo. Nat 20, Spoder 1's obliterated.
It's like eating pigeon. It's like eating breadcrumbs.
Wait, did you just obliterate Dagon's thing, or?
No, the spider.
Dagon's sitting on its back,
okay.
sitting on the eagle's back.
I saw Dagon's token disappear, and I was like, did you blow him up on it?
Spider 1 is fucking
Whoops.
dead. All right. It is now Charlotte's turn. Even though Jillian's kind of missing one arm and she's like bleeding green from the one side.
Oh, Dagon will reach down and
Well, not
use
yet. It's
healing.
not yet. Yeah. Charlotte. Huh. Really? Okay. She'll cast Cure Wounds again on Charlotte. I was like, wait a minute, I wanted to double check what ability she could use in this. Unfortunately for Charlotte, a lot of her abilities are kind of not useful here because she is a knowledge domain cleric.
Yeah, she also is a sea elf. I figured forest area might not be her expertise.
Yeah, she's kind of at a little bit of a disadvantage here. Charlotte is gaining 12 HP back. She does exceed in healing, though. Spoder 4 is dazed, and Spoder 3 is dazed. Back up the list. You are now sitting on top. You are now 80 feet in the air, sitting on top of this fucking wooden eagle.
Dagon is prepared to fire on whichever next one that Jillian decides to attack with Eldritch Blast.
Alrighty. Grant.
Eloy sees the giant bird and Dagon over there. Just gonna not wake up one of these spiders on accident trying to hit it. Just kind of starts putting away his crossbow.
Not gonna do anything?
I feel like any action I can do now will only make things worse.
Yeah, it seems
Are we all agreed that Jillian is the only one making combat rounds now?
Yeah. Honestly, at this point, if she seems well capable of one-shotting these boys, I'll just lay back in the cut and maintain the
Alright,
spell.
so if you're all just gonna skip combat, she's gonna just mosey on over here and peck at the one above her. 19.
Fire!
Fuck yeah. Let me go ahead and roll her attack.
If it somehow survives, Dagon will follow up. Same with the next one.
Nah, this Spoder's fucking gone. There's one left.
Just waddle, waddle, waddle.
You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and say that she like lifts up one of her talons. Nat 20. Well, combat's over.
Hooray!
Yeah.
Just ruffle the back of her feathers. Good job, Jillian.
Wooden feathers.
I'm not patronizing you. You did very good job.
Thanks, Tucker. Now she just looks at herself now. She just like, you hear her in her squawking, like a little bit of a squawk in her voice, like, now what's gonna happen when I change back?
No clue.
That's a big question for all of us.
And it'll
And
happen
we'll-
next time.
And we'll find out next time at the table. But before we go, we got some fan art to look at.
Woo!
As per the usual. Kick us out to the high seas. Thank you, Tyler. Let me open up my Tweetographer app. Come on, Tweetographer.
Hi, it's me, Jillian.
It's me, Jillian. I'm a giant bird now.
Jillian here.
Oh my god, I just realized I can start doing Miss Fowl voices now.
Bro.
Dagon!
Dagon, why'd you make me giant?
I can't stop it!
I'll miss the ball so much. Except Dagon! But number one, starting off here, we got by at the Blind Artist 1. We got a little peaceful Nedra just chilling out there. I'm not sure what the God, this pose has a name and I can't remember. It's like fetus pose.
Fetal position.
Fetal position. There we go.
I see it and I'm just like, this is what Nedra would look like if she was on one of those stained glass things in Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah,
Hell
she's,
yeah.
Yep.
She's floating there. Just
God,
like,
I can't believe that game has a release date. That seems so fucking fake.
It's gonna happen!
It's gonna get delayed by 1 week just to throw people off.
Yes, I love it.
I want to come out a day early.
yeah, they just stealth release it early just to fuck
Oh
with people.
man. Thank you kindly. At the Blind Artist 1. Next up, by Red Flame Kitty, whose commissions are open. An absolutely adorable holiday party with Wake and Calliope.
What is that?
I hear surface dwellers have this tradition and
It's the kissing poison.
Yeah, the kissing poison, right?
they call it smooch weed.
Smooch weed.
weed. We're not calling it smooch weed.
Kitty Lala, thank you so much. Your artwork is always so bright, colorful, and adorable. I look forward to it every time
I
you
will
decide to
take kissing
post one
poison.
for us. Thank you for the Kiss Poison Wake Calliope. Next up,
Yeah!
Exeron, we have the Punchy Princess, the punchiest of princesses.
I'm just sorry, but it's like,
Select your fighter, Punchy Princess.
We're playing Punch Out. Da, 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 da.
She really
God, I
rocks
can
those
actually
boxing
see,
gloves.
I'm looking at that and I just fucking hear like the old
Dun, dun,
16-bit
dun, dun.
voice just like Punchy Princess.
Punchy Princess.
Five.
Thank you kindly, Ziga Exeron. Next up.
But how does she type with boxing gloves?
oh,
How does she type with boxing glove? By at Chaos Claw, they just watched Moana and thought then this scene reminded them of Wake.
no.
Protecting the little turtles on the way out to sea from the birds.
Sea life must be kept safe.
Seagull.
I'll protect you, little birds. Wake always had a gruff voice. I love you, Daddy.
So he's
Smoked a
Popeye.
pack a day, little fish man.
So he's
he breathed salt water since he was a baby.
So now all I can hear out of this now is blow me down.
Oh, God.
Blow me down. All you got to do is get backs outs to the seas.
Thank you, Chaos Claw. Or Casso Claw. My bad. At Casso Claw. Here
Yeah.
by Delta Knight 44, whose commissions are open, we have Kazmov.
Check him out.
I'm going to hate this.
Yeah.
His big hammer.
Yeah.
So far, so true. He's almost been drowned by a horse.
Hey man, Kelpies are fey. I'm sorry.
That's perfectly fine.
Is how it do. Thank you kindly, Delta Knight 44. Next up, by Cazo Claw again, we have some terror at Grimhaven coming
Oh,
back
man.
here
Oh.
with Kane stalking the forest for his next victim.
He
Where's
just wants
Mary
to
Lou?
impress that little girl.
You did a great job playing as Kane, Grant.
Absolutely did.
It's really easy to play a character who can't talk, and you just want to make him be as violent as possible,
But
in a
also make him
gleeful way.
adorable.
Yep.
Like adorable, like terrifying, but adorable enough that
like
if you
Peter
wind a
Boyle and
plushie
Young
of him, you'd hug him.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Cazo Claw. Next up, by Haunted Toaster Zero, we got some Cosmic Charlotte here, and this is like a psychedelic wall scroll. Like you'd have this in a room with a
This looks
like
like
a black
sick
light.
phone
That's a
wallpaper.
phone wallpaper, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
I think it's a little. It might be a
Might be
little
a
too
little big.
tall for
Oh.
it, but I can
Still
definitely
looks
see
good.
it. Hell yeah, no, it looks great. I
crop
love
off
the
the top, it'll fit.
two bright stars as the eyes. The
Speaking to the night voice, this is what you see. Fuck yeah.
oh yeah, this is great.
It's what Dr. Manhattan became at the end of Watchmen.
But thank you kindly, Haunted Toaster. Absolutely amazing, and I'm sure we will look a lot more at it on Friday. Next up. It had to happen.
Yeah.
It had to happen.
Of course
by
it did.
Letter D 004. We have Wake of the Hill. Here we go.
The
I was gonna
Arlen
die.
Wonders.
I'm going talking about them day. I don't know, stabbing him. No, I'm staying. I eat that soul. I'm just talking about Daniel, man. You know what I'm saying, man? I'll tell you what. Ball bearings.
I can't do Dale. Naturally, I pick the characters that I can't make an impression of.
And then Eloy and Bill.
oh. I'm
Yeah,
I'm
how
not
would you
even gonna,
combine
yeah, not even.
Bobby and or Bill and
Well, my best
Yeah.
friend got crushed by a rock the other day.
You remind me of Old Lady Big Rock Mountain.
Thank you kindly, Letter D 004. Next up, by Big Boss. Oh wait, we got Ezra's Angels.
yeah, me and the lady.
I did not actually fucking parse it together until it was too late that it's like, you just got all the fucking like female elves.
The lady
that I made.
elves.
You know
it was
what? And I-
unintentional, but
No, I know it was unintentional because even I just went like, wow. Oh wait, no, this is fair because most of the land dwellers that live in Las Aranas are elves. So this
You're
works.
collecting all the types of elves,
Yeah.
Yeah.
binding them together to your will. Ezra's Angels are here to save the day, and now one of them's a giantess.
I talked out my logic when I hired him. There was nothing unbecoming
there
of
was
my
sound to
reasoning.
it. There was sound reason.
By the way, thank you kindly, Big Boss 08. Next up, speaking of giant Jillian, how very appropriate
Wow.
that Brenadrian just happened to have something very similar drawn up. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be her as a giant or if these people are just very small sproutlings.
Those are her other forms.
Oh, those are her other forms.
Yeah.
But it is absolutely perfect to show this off, and she's even in springtime attire. Go figure.
I love that her other forms are like the little angel and devil shoulder
Yeah.
things. I love that.
It looks great. Thank you so much, Brenadrian. I love it. Next up, by Gita Zeke, whose commissions are open. We got more kissing poison. I love their version of Calliope. She's just like very like cute, but it's like just a very simple like not done up look.
Yeah. She's a deer girl who came from an island of deer people without much of a.
She's very girl next door.
Yeah.
Kinda, yeah. And that's what it was meant to be like, because I don't know, Wake just started crushing on her because at the moment, like, this is the first female of around his age that he met.
Yeah.
And it also happened to be somebody that could understand him at the time as he was turning into a deer due to a curse.
Oh yeah, I did forget about those star-crossed lovers and how they first met.
Hey, Ezra, where do I put this mistletoe thing?
What?
What? The kissing poison?
Get that stuff off our ship!
Grammy will put it in something, then we'll die!
There will be no affection on this ship!
This is not a secret ingredient!
No hugging, no learning.
Ezra is the enemy of love! Thank you so much, Gita Zeke 98.
This is a purely platonic cruise!
And last, and certainly not least, by MFS Arts, we have the introduction of I'm sorry, how do you pronounce your character's name?
Keldamov.
Keldamov. There
It's
we go.
Siberian, because woolly mammoth.
Holy mammoth.
Ah.
We have the introduction of Keldamov buying everybody drinks! Hooray! And everybody's just so appreciative of it.
Domestic, nothing imported.
You're buying for the
I
city now.
love-
You're imported to us.
I love that he's like so woolly. He and his
My
nose
other
sort
arm off.
and his nose sort of look like Chewbacca's bandolin.
Yeah. I am fucking in love with the idea that he's got like the metal shielding for his tusk. That's just a dope idea.
Looks fantastic. Thank you so much, MFS Arts, and thank you everybody who keeps sending in such wonderful fan art and supporting us along our way, making stuff like this possible. Thank you all so much. We'll see you guys next time at the table. Catch you later, Wonders.
Later.